Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Here we go on a Wednesday. Welcome to the show, and it is a loaded potato of a program. Our Wednesdays always are. Mike Cuno from CBS 4 will join us, and Coach Jim Larenega for the entire 3 o'clock hour, and Zack Gelb from New York City, home of the Knicks, in the 4 o'clock hour. I don't like what Solana does on social media. He creates like these reels, and it makes it seem like you and I are Knicks lovers, and he's the Heat defender. And I don't like the way that I'm portrayed in that particular reel that he put up there, even though it's me. I can't say I was misquoted because it's video and audio from the show, but he's still misquoting us.
He does the fandom of, if you love Jordan, you can't love LeBron too. You can't like good basketball if it hurts the Heat. You have that 11-year-old fandom. I'm a grown man.
That is not at all. First of all, that's not at all what I'm doing. I think you can love Jordan while still loving LeBron. I happen to think that you two consistently do this every year in the playoffs. Every year. Hawk rambled on 3 years ago about how the Knicks being in the playoffs and being good is great for the NBA, and why he wanted to see the Knicks get to the finals because it's great for the NBA.
That, though.
I can argue that. I have absolutely no reason to think the New York Knicks, a team who in my lifetime has accomplished nothing, absolutely nothing, it's good for the NBA for them to be in the finals because they play in New York City. None of it is good. None of it is fun.
What a lot of people, the Cubs have since won a World Series. But don't you think baseball's better when the Cubs at Wrigley Field are relevant and in the postseason winning? My dad went his entire life as a Cubs fan without ever seeing them win a World Series. His entire life. Mm-hmm. Now, you can't say that baseball's not better when the Chicago Cubs, a storied franchise, third largest media market in the country. You can't say baseball's not better. It's just factually incorrect. Now, you can say you don't want to see them in the NBA Finals. That's fine. But you cannot say it's not good for the game because there's empirical data that would show you New York being relevant is good for the game. So you cannot take that track.
Huck, you want to speak about data? Let's talk about data. The New York Knicks secured the top spot in team merchandise sales in 2025-2026 regular season, followed by the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. Other top-selling teams include the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are terrible. The Knicks have been terrible for years. They are faces of the league. We talk about Wemby being a face of the league. The New York Knicks, the Lakers, and the Boston Celtics are representatives of the league worldwide, and you don't want them to be good because you don't like them as a Heat fan. I can't do that. I have to look at the big picture of sports. That's called data. That's called facts, Solana.
Oh, the largest city in the United States sold more merch than any other city?
Right.
Wow. What empirical evidence you just conjured up there,
shows you why it would be good for the league.
You
can't pick that out. You can't make fun of that stat and say it's not good for the league when the team that's selling the most merchandise is in the NBA Finals almost. But you can't, that's nonsense. You can't say it's not good for the league. If you asked Adam Silver, who's in charge of the league, which team would he like to see in the NBA Finals more regularly, my guess is it would be the New York Knicks, followed by the Los Angeles Lakers, and followed by the Chicago Bulls.
So what you guys care about is ratings. I don't know why.
Not ratings. I'm just saying it's good for the league. There's
representatives of the league.
You're talking about
if they sell the most merchandise, then you could argue that they engender the most interest, correct?
You're talking about...
I'm asking you a question. If they sell the most merchandise, you could conclude they engender the most interest.
Not necessarily. You can sell a lot of merchandise.
So they engender the least interest.
I didn't say that they endangered or engendered, or I don't know what word you're using there.
I don't know that word. I don't know that word either, Solana. Don't be feel bad.
Well, it's not indenture. What he used.
Not the least, but I don't think one thing means the other. Yes, New York sells a lot of merchandise. Yes, ratings pop when a major city like New York has a lot of people tuned in and they have a lot more fans because they're a major city. Sure, that is one thing, but that doesn't automatically equal that it's good for sports and the fans of this sport for that team to make it to the finals just because they play in New York City. That's all you're doing there. Oh, a lot of people watch the New York Knicks. That's great for them to be in the league. There's a lot of teams that watch the Celtics. There's a lot of teams or a lot of fans that watch the Lakers. Yeah, because they're the biggest cities in the country.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's good for the game. You know what's good for the game? The Miami Heat being in the NBA Finals.
No. But you think it's good for the game for the Knicks to be irrelevant?
No, I just don't care about the Knicks.
That's fine. That's fine. That's your opinion. You don't have to care about the Knicks.
And
I don't care about the Knicks. All I said was pretty innocuously good for the league when they're relevant. I believe that about the Miami Hurricanes as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I would talk about that season after season when they were irrelevant, when Brady Quinn would come on and when Danny Cannell would come on, guys who hate the Hurricanes. And we'd ask them the same thing. Isn't it better for college football when the Hurricanes are relevant?
Right, but the Hurricanes in my lifetime have been a powerhouse in college football and are one of the most storied programs in the history of college football. What have the New York Knicks done to be in this conversation?
That's a separate question.
It's crazy.
That's a separate question.
What'd they do? What'd they do? They lost in 5 to the Heat?
Right, but I'm not understanding. So the Cubs, not having won a World Series for 100 years,
yeah,
meant what to you?
Frito, if you're listening, turn off your radio. Absolutely nothing.
It just doesn't mean anything. Whether the team is mired in futility or not, I would argue that the NFL is better when the Miami Dolphins are relevant. I really believe that.
No.
They're a storied franchise.
Why did the Dolphins, my Dolphins team, well, the team I was on, because I don't want y'all to make fun of me because y'all hurt my feelings. Why did the Dolphins and the New York Giants have the first international game in London? Because they are worldwide known. Because of Dan Marino.
There's interest in them.
It had nothing to do with me, nothing to do with Ronnie Brown, nothing to do with anybody. It had to do with Dan Marino being on TV every day. Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys haven't won a championship in years.
That's
but
right.
They're the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. That's what New York Knicks are. What does hockey call it? The Big Six? Or whatever it's called?
The original six.
The original six. Those are storied franchises in hockey. The New York Knicks are storied basketball. It's a storied basketball franchise. I don't know how you don't understand this.
It's such a simple question. Would you rather see the Dolphins in a Super Bowl or the Jaguars? Which one's better for the league? It's the Dolphins, hands down. But the Jaguars have had a lot more success recently than the Dolphins, but I don't know what that has to do with the first question. But that's what you keep saying about the Knicks.
Because it's almost like you say this, and it's like you're rooting for the New York Knicks. You want the New York Knicks.
It was a very innocuous comment. All I said was the league is better when the Knicks are relevant, and I would love to see LeBron end his career in New York in a Knicks uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Hoisting a championship.
Right. So this all started with you guys saying you want LeBron to go to New York and win a ring for
I've
the
been
Mecca.
misquoted. My point was when we started that he's painting me as some sort of Knicks lover, and I don't understand why.
And all you want is for LeBron to go there and win a title and for the Knicks to hoist a trophy for the first time since 1973. But I'm wrong for assuming that you guys are rooting for the New York Knicks. And it's all innocuous.
That's
Your
right.
comments are all innocuous.
That's right.
And I have chatters saying I can't form a rational opinion.
You can't.
When all you guys are doing is literally saying you want the New York Knicks to win a title. And I don't understand that.
Solana, a 31-year-old. Let 11-year-old Solana go.
Yeah,
you know what happens when you assume?
You make an ass out of you and me.
You guys, okay, Jimmy. You guys are both asses for flip-flopping this entire thing, coming out of the gate with it like, oh, I'm going to get Solana today.
I wasn't going to get you today. All I said was I don't like the way that you paint me on the reels as some sort of Knicks fan.
And I
just want to see them win a championship with LeBron and Hoist.
And I don't like how you guys paint me as some dummy when I know what I heard yesterday.
I just want to be able to book my hotel so I can enjoy this Knicks parade down Fifth Avenue.
Solana, you are not a dummy. You are super intelligent. You're baseball. I learned so much about basketball. Sorry. Baseball. Listening to your games, pre-games, post-games. I listen. You are jaded by your heat-colored glasses all the time.
Which is great. Just acknowledge it has nothing to do with the Knicks not being good for the league. You don't want to see them have success, which, by the way, I don't either.
This has absolutely...
While acknowledging that it's good for the league.
Good for the league.
This has absolutely, honest to God, nothing to do with
No, that's not my God. Don't lie on my God.
So if you were running the league, if revenues were, if you were part of generating the revenues as a business decision, you would say, I'd rather see who? The Clippers,
the Wizards,
the
Sacramento Kings.
Sure, okay.
Wizards and Kings final. That's good. That's the best option.
I'd rather watch literally any other team. Maybe
but that's an opinion, and that's fine.
No, that's fact.
Well, it's your fact. Wemby, a guy who Solana also doesn't want to watch play basketball.
Didn't want to watch that last night, Hawk. hated that first quarter.
Was a man on a mission last night. But Solana turned it off because he didn't want to watch that. He had no interest.
He boycotted. Oh,
he was more concerned about where's Thomas Bryant going to end up next season. Can he get back here?
I spent 8 minutes today perfecting how to pronounce asterisk because I cannot pronounce that word. Asterisk. And I will use that over and over and over again. Wemby yesterday, that game, and everything that happens after yesterday has an asterisk next to it when it comes to San Antonio. Absolutely.
Funny that you can pronounce asterisk, but not next. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will say that, regardless whether he should have been out there or not. That dude is fun to watch.
They won by 42.
He was possessed, man.
Yeah.
It was that. What did he do? 27 and 17. 27 and 17. I cashed my parlay.
4 blocks. What? Something crazy.
5 assists. Yeah, 5 assists, 3 blocks. Yeah, it was. Somebody put the pictures, LeBron game 6 in Boston down 3-2, that meme of his face where he's just locked the F in. Yeah. Somebody took a picture of Wemby with like a similar face. Yesterday, I did like that. He's like, oh, okay, you guys are going to F with me a little bit, going to try to rough me up, watch this. And he came out to prove he's the best player in the NBA yesterday.
I saw like Ant try to tap him on something or whatever. He just walks past him like he was possessed last night.
After one at early, he had an early basket, and some dude ran up and bumped him with his chest and ran off. Ant ran up and pushed him in his back and ran off. They found the cheat code,
locked and loaded, man.
But he was ready to go. Yeah.
Anyway, we have a lot of stuff to get to this afternoon. Let's do headlines here, brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
You mentioned the Jaguars. If you want to watch the Jaguars next year, just move to London. Literally, uproot your entire family to London because they'll be there back-to-back weeks.
I think they did that last season too, right? Yeah. Don't they do 2 weeks there and then they just stay there? Yeah.
I honestly feel as if Shad Khan, their owner, is trying to have a team internationally.
They say that the plan for Jacksonville really is to do half their games in Jacksonville and half their games I guess overseas or in Europe or all in London, something like that.
Yeah.
But aren't they building a new stadium in Duval?
Yeah, and it is beautiful. Right on the little
renovating
river.
It.
Yeah. No. They're building a whole they're renovating a stadium, but the stadium is by this little river, probably a half a mile away. They're making what's that called? One Patriot Place with restaurants and hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're building that thing up. Last time we were there, they showed us the renderings. It's going to be beautiful.
So, that's right. They're playing in Orlando, right, Jimmy?
Yes, for
They're
one
playing
season.
in Orlando this year.
Yeah.
Their
No,
home
not
games
this
are in
year.
Orlando.
2027.
Oh, 2027. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nightmare. The Citrus Bowl. Oh my God, getting in and out of there. Remember that, Crowder, when UM played UF?
Man, what was that? Whatever bowl that was.
Man, Coach Larenega is chomping at the bit to get in on this conversation. He's
Well,
texting me.
I figured Coach L would I mean, he's from the Bronx. Oh, Coach L is going to talk about the Knicks and Willis Reed. Solana Willis Reed. Willis Reed, you would never have done that. He came out on one leg. Oh, Willis Reed. Out of here.
Camping World.
Camping World.
Yeah.
That was the season opener.
Yeah.
That was the worst sporting event I have ever been to in my entire
Who
life.
was that? Miami and Florida?
Miami and Florida. That was pre-COVID.
And Uber, it was 19?
Yeah.
19 or 20. Uber will be here in 6 hours, 42 minutes. 6 hours, 42 minutes. Huh? That's when my Uber arrives. Terrible.
Somebody puts on the chat, by the way, devil's advocate, it could be a Kings-Wizards finals. It would be better for the game because it grows fandom in those markets as other markets are already maxed out or oversaturated. Don't get it twisted. The New York Knicks are irrelevant. The New York Knicks are relevant. The NBA is a billion-dollar entity regardless.
Yeah.
People do this with the Super Bowl every year, right? Oh, look at the two teams that are in the Super Bowl. Wouldn't it have been better if it was such and such and such and such? And it's going to set record ratings every year. So don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that the NBA's future and their finances hinge on the Knicks being relevant, because it doesn't. These are unstoppable entities.
The NBA is never going to file Chapter 11. I promise you.
Yeah, someone said that about Enron once. There's no chance that pets.com goes bust. Everyone's using it.
Hawk, I believe in the NBA, Hawk. I'm not going to lie.
But yeah, obviously would, even for our purposes, right? Like last year, OKC and the Pacers.
Indiana.
It went 7 games. None of us expected that. I kept saying I'm putting as much money on this game on OKC. I'm putting this much money on OKC. If the series this year is OKC, New York, is that more entertaining from the standpoint of it being the Knicks and from the standpoint of the fact that
for
there's
me,
more people watching it?
Someone who likes the flash paper effect of everything, yeah, I'm going to see Ben Stiller and Tracy Morgan courtside, and you're going to see, like, even I prefer to watch Jalen Brunson and my guy with the hair who comes in during garbage time. I prefer to watch them over Halliburton. I do.
Yeah.
Right. But as somebody who couldn't care less about that type of stuff, like I just want to watch good basketball. No, you'd have to shoot me dead before I ever utter something positive about the New York Knicks.
Okay,
and yes,
so
it's my Heat fandom. It's my Heat fandom talking, and that's fine.
That's
fine.
It's
I
not
have
to acknowledge
fandom
it.
talking.
That's fine.
I have
I
no love.
I don't hate fandom like Crowder does. I think it's
No.
I
Let me just say. So you say you like to watch good basketball?
Great basketball.
Watching Jalen Brunson, Cat, LeBron, OG Anunoby. That's not going to be good basketball.
Jalen Brunson run around 18 picks.
Oh,
until
goodness gracious.
He draws a foul. You know what he should do?
Like Steph Curry does, ran around 47 picks before he shoots a three, right? You don't like Steph Curry either, do you?
Well, I mean, Steph Curry's different. Dude's shooting from the logo.
All right, come on, let's do the headline so we have enough time with Cuno and then enough time with Coach. We get bogged down in nonsense. I just don't like the way Solana portrays me on these reels.
You should see some of my DMs, Hawk. They cut deep.
The Marlins, they lose 3-0 in Minnesota yesterday. It was a 0-0 game, and then the Twins stole home on an attempted double steal, and then Yuri gave up a 2-run ding-dong. Bailey Ober blanked the fish in under 90 pitches. He threw a complete game for Minnesota.
Whew.
They'll play again tonight, 7:40 p.m. Max Meyer gets the nod. Inter Miami's in action tonight. They're at FC Cincinnati. The Sixers fired Daryl Morey, their team president. That opens up the way for James Harden to make his way back to Philadelphia.
Oh, I thought you meant for him to take over the president's job with the Sixers. I'm like, really?
And the NBA tonight, you have the Pistons and the Cavaliers. 8 p.m. Series is tied.
Can't wait. That is such a good series.
Huh?
Your weather right now in Miami, it is 88 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid-70s. This weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
All right, Mike Cuno from CBS 4 in the next segment. Today happens to be National Crouton Day, so I wanted to bring Cuno on for that. He hates croutons.
I love a crouton.
Who doesn't love a crouton except Mike Cuno? So he'll join us next. Wait a second, Jimmy, you don't like a crouton?
I know. I love croutons.
Oh, okay.
Just don't
I
like
thought I
salad.
said who doesn't like a crouton. It looked like you raised your hand.
No, I'm raising my hand because I'm somebody that likes croutons.
I got you. So you were answering the opposite of my question. Okay. I just want to make sure I had it.
Eat croutons out the bag. No salad.
This is what happened. This is how elections go sideways. Because Jimmy's doing one thing, thinking it means another. This is how elections go sideways. Hanging chads.
Jimmy, you fill out the bubble sheet at the car dealership, right? It's time to evaluate your house. You have to be honest with yourself. Is your garage door outdated, damaged, or not hurricane ready now? Listen, hurricanes are on the way. Don't wait. Call Allied Doors today. Serving South Florida since 1966. That's 60 years of trusted family-owned service. They are the best. Don't be the guy on the block, or you get mad at your neighbors. Beautiful home, beautiful, well-kept yard, and the garage door is terrible. Why don't you upgrade that door, make your house beautiful and protected from this weather? You got to call Allied Doors today. Huge in-stock inventory, same-day service, custom impact-rated doors to build and protect and upgrade your house fast. I'm telling you, you got to call Allied Doors today. Come out, they'll check it out, they'll see what they can do for you. And then the LiftMaster openers. Yeah, LiftMaster. When I was a kid, I thought every garage door opener, they made the noise and took 35, 40 seconds to get up. And then Allied Doors put the LiftMaster openers in my personal home and my wife's investment properties. They are built to perform. You got to check out the LiftMaster doors. Give Allied Doors a call today, 954-942-8550. That's 954-942-8550, or visit allied-doors.com. Mention this ad. Watch out for you. $300 off. Upgrade and protect your home. You got to call Allied Doors. Don't wait. Call Allied Doors today.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana show.
I love the colonoscopy.
Coming
All right, before we get to Cuno, he signed in on video as Mike Crouton. And it's going to be a disaster because he never does well when he's signing in on video. It always just devolves into him having to call us real quickly on the phone. Regardless, though, before we get to Crouton, summer is almost here, and the Miami Heat Junior Heat Summer Camp is back. It's a fun 3-week training camp designed to gear up for upcoming basketball seasons from June 8th to July 31st. Boys and girls ages 9 to 14 can join in for these exciting skills camps at 5 different locations across Miami-Dade and Broward. Campers will enjoy a mix of friendly competition, fundamental drills, games, and more, so don't miss out. Sign up your young ballers right now at heat.com/juniorheat. Heat.com/juniorheat. All right, Mike Cuno is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He anchors sports on CBS 4 here in Miami. He's also the host of Dolphins Weekly Live on CBS 4. And it is National Crouton Day today. And so I wanted to bring on the only person on the planet who asks for no croutons when ordering a salad. Why do you ask for no croutons when ordering a salad, Cuno? And, of course, we can't hear him. It's exactly what I said. Every time he tries to do video, it's a disaster. It literally has never worked, and we can't seem to figure it out with Cuno. Jim Larenega, no problem with video. Zack Gelb, no problem with video. Cuno, nothing.
He's a looker, though.
He does look good.
Yeah,
He really
man.
does.
I give a man his credit. When you look good, you look good.
Just jacked, man.
That might be some peptides.
I don't think so, man. Like Cuno was looking like this before peptides. Like
he had peptides before peptides were peptides.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but I think you're signed in twice, which I think is going to cause problems for us or you. No, he's not? Okay.
You know, you could test this in the break.
Well, I thought we had. In fact, I had even put on the text thread, this never works, and then nobody seemed to mind, so I figured it had been checked.
Thanks for throwing
This is what I expect from Knicks radio. You know what I mean? Heat radio, this would never happen.
True or false? The NBA is better if the Knicks are relevant. Go ahead. Be honest, Cuno.
True, but I think more importantly,
That's all. No, that was all I had.
No. The NBA is better when there's like villains and storylines. And so, yes, the Knicks for a lot of people are villains, I guess, down here. But like what Dylan Brooks did the other day, I know it's trolling LeBron, but that's great. That's honestly great for the league. These storylines, we've been missing stuff like this. When the Heat were hated, people were tuning in, like hate watching. Like that's the drama that the NBA is really good at, but it had gotten away from for a long time.
But Solana's take is all Heat love why he doesn't like the Knicks. The Knicks they're the highest selling team in the NBA when they're not good. You can't say they're not a big draw, and if they're good and they have players, it goes back to the hockey, original six. It goes back to why everybody loves Green Bay, Miami, Dan Marino. It goes back. There's love from generations for these teams, Mike.
No, I look, Solana, I love you, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, you just don't have the guts. You can't admit what is real and reality in terms of what's good for the broader league, in terms of viewership and what makes for good drama and stuff. I know you want your Heat front and center, and I get it, and it's been a long time. And watching the Knicks have success while Miami's out of the playoffs is tough it's a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is. And also, this Knicks team is a fun Knicks team to watch. So, I mean, just be a basketball fan and accept it.
Solana's not going to allow that on this show.
Well, the problem that I have with that is, what do we want? Because you're talking about villains. What do we really want in the NBA Finals? And that's superstars. And Jalen Brunson is not a superstar. Jalen Brunson is an all-star. And because he plays on the New York Knicks, he's the best player on the New York Knicks, he gets talked about in the same vein as some of these other superstars when he's clearly a level below them. Clearly.
The Knicks logo is the superstar here. That's what you're missing. Because if you take the Knicks if you want to look at Jalen Brunson and the rest of Cat, like you can go, oh, they're blue collar team, like true New York, like that's what you could say about them, but it's the logo here that matters the most.
It's like Trae Young. When Trae Young is balling against the Knicks because it's happening against the Knicks, it's a bigger story. We all love the Heat. We all love the Heat. But Mike speaks the truth.
Yeah, well, Mike isn't the one saying he wants LeBron to go win a title in a New York Knicks jersey, which is what you and Crowder said yesterday, which is really what I took issue with. I don't know what the other part of this conversation is.
Do you think LeBron is done playing, or do you think he has another season left in him? And if he does, where do you think it is?
I think he probably has another season or two in him. Does he try to wait for Bryce to get to the NBA? I don't know.
Solana's eating croutons for those of you not watching on the video screen. Oh, those are good ones. The New York toast.
This is like Solana's like Kermit the Frog tea thing. That's what he's doing right now. I think he plays.
That's a good snack.
But okay, so here's the issue with croutons. By the way, it's just filler. Like get some better ingredients, better add-ons in a salad. Croutons are just filler. You just want it for the crunch, and that's all it adds.
Croutons are on the Mount Rushmore of salad toppings.
No, not even in like the top 7 or 8.
What's your top 4, Mike? Almond slices?
Hard-boiled. I'll get there. Hard-boiled egg. Bacon. You can add ham. You can do the little pickles. You can
just say protein is one of your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, but there's different levels of protein.
But I mean, you're having a paella from what it sounds like.
Cucumbers, tomatoes, chickpeas. Come on.
I mean, truly the worst sounding salad I have ever heard in my life.
I was with you, Mike. Nobody ever said
cheese, blue cheese, crumbles.
Bring me a salad, extra egg and chickpeas, please.
Nobody likes chickpeas.
Chicken itself, chicken strips.
Yeah, you don't know how to make a salad. Croutons,
hamburger patties. You know what I'm talking about, Solana.
Let me know when there's National Chickpea Day. Let me know if there's National Chickpea Day coming up. But since it's National Crouton Day, we'll celebrate the love of croutons. Do you think, I asked this of Ira yesterday, do you think Tyler Hero has played his last game in a Heat uni?
I don't know. It feels like it. It feels like this is kind of the direction it's been going for a long time. And I think the Heat are at such a crossroads now with their fan base and their expectation of finally getting back to winning basketball that they're going to make a move. And he's a piece that can easily, I think, be moved and other teams would take. Yeah, I mean, sometimes things just run their course. And for me, the early days of Tyler Hero were some of the funnest. Like Tyler came in during COVID in the bubble, and we didn't have a lot in terms of sports and entertainment. And he delivered so much. And those were such great days and great experience considering everything that was going on. So always think of him like fondly in a Heat uniform because of that. But sometimes just relationships run their course. And I don't even think it's like a negative thing, like the way Jimmy Butler's relationship ran its course. Just, hey, you know what? We won. We got this far with you. Now we just need to go in a different direction maybe and try a different route to get back to the finals.
And Solana sent us a clip where Dwayne Wade was talking about the Heat organization, and he was like, I trust them. He's like, Pat, Andy, they're going to strike when they want to strike, but they're not going to strike for no reason. They're not going to waste anything. Is that what you're expecting? If they can get a Giannis or give me some other names, like that would be a good strike. That would be a good harpoon thrown while we're hunting. But if it can't be that guy, what do we do from there?
I think, to me, it feels like, so like you go back to like the Big Three era or even the Jimmy thing. When you had him, it felt like there was this unique window. With LeBron, you saw the 4 years. This next 4-year stretch is going to be something crazy. And I think, to me, that's where it'll be. So yes, I think it's more like the in lines of a Giannis, because all right, he's getting up there. The injuries are mounting. You're going to have to maximize this window. I don't see it necessarily as going to get a super young guy and trying to build and see if that works, because that's essentially what they've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, with the exception of Jimmy Butler when he was in the lineup. They had those, they kind of had that ability to make a deep run. But I think you'll maybe see them use these assets, these young assets that they've been building, to go and get that guy so they can go for it in a 2, 3, 4 year stretch.
Cuno, your salad order is very picky, it seems. But I have to ask you, do you like Greek salad? Because we might have to be eating a lot of Greek salad if Giannis Antetokounmpo is here in a couple weeks or a couple months.
They can bring in whoever they want. I'll eat whatever salad I want to eat, whether it's Greek or not. I don't know why that was the analysis that I get this show likes to be different, but okay. If we get John Morant because he just came from Memphis, I guess we're doing barbecue now. Like, what does that have?
And why does it have to be Greek salad? Can't we have gyros?
Right.
Gyros.
Gyros. See, you're already getting Giannis pissed, Crowder. You want to play with fire? By the way,
I can't wait. By the way, that's the pivot episode I want. I want Crowder and Giannis in a pronunciation battle.
It's gonna be a lot of huh?
Jimmy lets us know on the chat that National Chickpea Day is Wednesday, April 21st of next year, which means we've already missed it this year.
Seems like a deliberate move.
I happen to like chickpeas.
Do me a favor. Ask Coach L if he likes chickpeas, because I can bet every dollar in my pocket he does. And I'm sick and tired of you guys dividing us, but these phantom breaks. Can you put me and L in a room together? Because I think it's like
Coach L,
it's like me. It's like looking into my future.
Somebody signed Coach L in. What'd you say? It's like looking into your future.
Yeah, we're very similar.
No, there's no chance he likes chickpeas. But he loves croutons. That's what I'm guessing.
I'm with Hawk.
Hold on, I'm texting.
Sign him in.
Coach L's 6'8". He's not chickpeaing. You don't get 6'8" eating chickpeas.
Plant proteins. That's how we got that tall. You know what I mean?
I've sent up the Coach L bat signal. It's a chick. Look up to the sky. See if you see a chickpea.
Did you ever tell him I was the one who gave him who got him with the red panda video?
Oh, I think I did. I think I shared. I think I said we have secret video of you watching Red Panda at the basketball game.
What a great night that was.
Anyway, what were we talking about? We're gonna wait for Coach L to sign in. So if it's the Knicks in the finals, then it's got to be either San Antonio, OKC, or Minnesota. Can the Knicks get past any of those teams?
No, I don't think so. I think it won't be like a sweep, 5-6 games, but I think OKC, as frustrating as they are, they're so deep, and it just seems like there's so many just different guys who can kill you on a different night. And SGA is one of the best players in the world right now. I don't think the Knicks would have the horses to keep up with them in a 7-game series.
What if you added LeBron to this Knicks team? And I know Solana doesn't want to hear about it, but let's say they fall short, and then he's going to play one more season, and he says, you know what, I think I could deliver a championship to the Knicks. What if you put LeBron on the roster as currently constructed? Would they then be able to get past an OKC or San Antonio?
You know what? They could. I think it would be a series. And you know what? I think I would root for the Knicks in that scenario, just to watch Solana's head explode. And you know what I hope he would do too? I hope he would get the Knicks jersey and go with the number 6. That's what I would love. Not do 23.
Solana,
get the Miami 6 back.
Cuno, if you didn't have enormous biceps, I would fight you right now. I drive to Doral, and I would fight you 100%. Maybe I can get Crowder to fight you for me.
Mike's my man.
You would be winded by all those croutons weighing you down.
Hold on, Coach L. Coach L is signing in. Coach Larenega is here now. Cuno says that we purposefully split you guys up every Wednesday or so, and we don't bring you on together. Coach L, today's National Crouton Day. Do you like croutons? No.
Oh,
Well, I hate chickpeas. I mean, that's
I knew you hated chickpeas. That I wasn't
no
even going to ask you. I was
chickpeas. I mean,
certain.
I don't, that's not even a food, is it?
Yeah.
And croutons kind of get in the way of the good tasting salad.
But isn't
So
that what makes the salad
no,
good?
no, the dressing is what makes the salad.
The dressing and the croutons.
No, if you throw on some like pecans or almonds or something, crunchy, a slice of a pear or a fruit, but not chickpeas, and definitely not. I'm not in love with croutons.
Yeah, Coach L, though, you could tell he's classy because I saw Solana look when he said pear, but a slice of pear on a salad is so good, man.
that's a nice
Yeah.
restaurant there.
Yeah, yeah, you only get that at the nice clubs. You only get that at the table of knowledge, Coach.
Yeah.
I,
No,
hey,
we
What
don't.
else?
We eat. It's happy hour, so we all go to the buffet. Some guys, you'll get some fruit and some salad, but normally, like on Tuesday last night, it was chicken wings. So you got to
Really?
enjoy chicken wings.
You don't strike me as a chicken wing guy.
Yeah, I like it. Again, not great, but it's okay.
80%
You don't
of my
strike me as
diet.
the guy who wants his hands and mouth all dirty with sauce and
You
stuff.
said
That's
this
not
before. You don't know how to eat. You rub the chicken wing on your cheek.
I eat with a ferocity that you could only imagine. Do you have any other questions for Coach L, Cuno? Because I got to wrap things up.
Cuno.
Oh, we lost Cuno's sound. Now we've got Coach L, and we've lost Cuno again.
Yeah, Cuno, your sound is a little messed up. Sorry, man.
Cuno's got a Mr. Microphone plugged into his AM radio.
It's ridiculous.
We love you too, Cuno. All right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break because we love Cuno, we love Coach L, and I love what Wednesdays are on this program because Wednesdays are this. All right, Hard Rock Party. The Hard Rock Bet Party is on, and you're on the guest list. Sign up, bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets, a winning bet, and a boosted bankroll. That's how you get the party started. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. You got the NBA playoffs, and we're talking about it, and you got clutch shots. You had a superstar performance last night. I mean, you got action. And every night you've got a shot to cash in on the Hard Rock Bet app. Maybe you like someone to drop 30 or someone to have a double-double. Whatever you want, however you draw it up, Hard Rock Bet gives you tons of ways to stack your picks into an epic same-game parlay if you so desire. And then, of course, there's hockey going on. Test your playoff puck luck on Hard Rock Bet, Florida's only legal sports book. From puck lines, totals, player props, same-game parlays, and more, every night is a shot to light the lamp on Hard Rock Bet. Hard Rock Bet isn't just a sportsbook app with all the features that you love, like the same-game parlays or live betting. Also gives you new promos daily. So if you have the Hard Rock Bet app, open it up right now. See what's waiting for you today. And if you don't have it, download the Hard Rock Bet app right now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
Socrates once said, "You don't know what your body can do until it does it."
We back at it with the steady Hochman, Crowder, and Solana. 305, cafecito time, dame una colada. Got some interviews next. Always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right. Talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like a mad nervous bomb off power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for that 3 o'clock. Ready for that 3 o'clock.
We are ready for that 3 o'clock hour. We had a fun 2 o'clock hour. A little pop in from Coach L with Mike Cuno. That was delightful. Coach Larenega will stay with us for this entire hour. He is the winningest head coach in men's basketball history, and we are very lucky to have him with us for an hour on Wednesdays to talk hoops and nonsense as well. There's a lot to get to. Now, we enjoy poking Solana because he is an unabashed Heat fan, and I like people who wear their fandom on their sleeve. That's what makes this medium go round. But would you acknowledge, Coach, that the Knicks being relevant is good for the sport?
Of course. That's a ridiculous question.
Thanks.
Solana doesn't, he's not looking at the question. He's not hearing the question and the reason you're asking it. So I'm going to ask Solana a simple question. All right, Solana, can you answer this for me? What's the name of the Knicks arena?
I don't know. No idea.
So that tells me how little knowledge you have about the NBA. Because it's the world's most famous arena. It's introduced to you every game that way.
What is it, the Barclays Center?
Yeah. Oh my God. That cuts deep.
But I just want to one question for you, Coach. One question
Yes.
here. You're born in New York City in the Bronx?
That's correct.
Oh, okay. All right, no further questions.
And I went to Madison Square Garden when I was 10 years old to watch my brother St. John's team play against Ohio State. And they had Jerry Lucas and a lot of players that became very famous as NBA guys. But you're too young to appreciate the history of the NBA. And the NBA wouldn't be what it is without the Knicks. And if you're looking at what the NBA needs to stay at the top of its game financially, they need the Knicks, the Lakers, the Celtics, the traditional franchises to do well. So what's going on last year with the Knicks and now this year following it up? And I don't know what would happen if LeBron went there. If LeBron, you couldn't get a ticket into Madison Square. It's called Madison Square Garden, by the way, Solana. Maybe you never heard that before.
Right.
Or MSG. Everybody knows it as MSG.
He is broiling mad right now, Coach. He is just broiling mad.
Now, I am a huge Miami Heat fan.
We all
So
are.
it's not like I'm not cheering for the Heat to get back and win another world championship. But as far as the strength of the NBA, does it do better when the Knicks are relevant? The answer is absolutely.
You know what's funny, Coach, is I wouldn't have to think about a scenario where LeBron joins a team and there's no tickets available or tickets are wildly expensive and arenas are sold out because I lived it already. I saw that already when he joined the Miami Heat and when he played alongside Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Like, I lived that already. I don't need to live it again with him in those ugly blue and orange colorways and uniforms. Like, it's been done. We don't need to do it again. It's 305. Dale.
God bless.
Dale.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You are welcome.
305 is sponsored by the Miami Lakes Chevrolet, not the Miami Lakes Chevrolet, but just all of Miami Lakes Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out his family. I got thrown off there because it didn't sound like you said you're welcome. It almost sounded like,
I
like
know,
you're a
I
walk-in or
butchered it.
something.
Got
No.
nervous.
I don't know what he said there. You got
How about-
nervous
how
in front of
about-
Coach
Neither do
L,
I.
Jimmy?
How about Solana acting like the Knicks are a boring team to watch?
Coach.
They scored 144 points. They won 144 to 14. They win by 30. They make 25 threes. They have 33 assists, but I guess that's just not good enough basketball for Solana to appreciate the way they eliminated and swept the Philadelphia 76ers.
Do it in the
and-
finals.
Yeah, and coach,
Well,
hey,
they're going
Jalen Brunson he's good because he's on the Knicks. If he was in Sacramento, nobody would know his name. Solana is delusional, coach. Jalen Brunson would be a dog anywhere.
He is a dog. I think Jalen Brunson is an all-star. He's a great player, and he's the best player on that team, and the New York Knicks are a quality basketball team. I'm not taking that away from them, but Jalen Brunson is talked about like he's one of the top 5, top 10 players in the NBA.
That shows you the power of MSG. That literally is because he plays at the Mecca.
Simply because he plays for the Knicks. It's just like Carmelo Anthony when he played with the Knicks. I remember going into that Heat-Knicks series in the first round when I was being told by Knicks fans everywhere that they were going to beat the Heat, and Melo was just as good as Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, and it's just lunacy. Like, it's not true. None of it mattered. The Heat were up 3-0 in that series, should have swept them 1-5, and I never had to hear about the stupid Knicks ever again.
How about this? I have a question. How many people, what are the TV audience who's watching the Cavaliers play the Pistons as compared to the Knicks playing the 76ers?
Yeah, I mean, it had to be wildly different. I would imagine the only people watching the Cavs Pistons is Max Struess's family. You better hope they have a Nielsen box.
But the rivalries, I mean, some of what makes the NBA so great, you guys were raving, absolutely adoring what Wemby did the other night. Oh, he had 27. I was like, yeah, so,
You're talking about last night? 27 and 17?
What?
You're talking about last night?
He had 27 points.
Coach, he went crazy.
Yeah?
Coach. He had 16 in the first.
He had 27 points. The other night, Spider-Man had 4 in the first half, and I think he had like 39 in the second half.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Coach,
Yeah.
you know what,
Donovan
Coach?
Mitchell, now you watch a player like that, he's not 7'4". He's not wildly talented as a guy like Wemby, but, the Spurs, they're good, and I think they're going to make it to the finals, but I think OKC is going to handle them. And then what are you going to say? Wemby doesn't win a championship. What year
Coach,
is he now?
I got to go back, Coach, because this was a big conversation on this show. Should Wemby have played last night? Because Solana thinks the precedent of elbowing a guy, he should have missed the remainder of Game 4 and Game 5.
If that's true, half the guys that fouled him and grabbed his arm, his jersey, and were basically abusing him every minute of the game, they should be thrown out and suspended for the rest of the season. But Wemby handles it very well, and he came back like a champion does. He got kicked out of the game. He didn't sulk. He came back. He didn't get thrown out again. He didn't have a temper tantrum. And he didn't cost his team the series. Came back and won the next game and dominated.
And, Coach, about Wemby, we talked about this too. You're not going to out-jump him. You're not going to outrun him. He can shoot threes. He can get in the paint. Like, we kind of saw the weakness of you can get under his skin as a coach, because we saw Anthony Edwards pushing Wemby when they were inbounding the ball. He just ran up and pushed Wemby in the back. You saw all the players, all the Minnesota players just pushing him and trying to is that a coaching approach to say, hey, go get under this guy's skin because he emotionally can't handle that?
Oh, you remember when Michael Jordan was dominating the league, but the Detroit Pistons won championships because they were the bad boys. They learned how to beat him up and still win the game. Guys didn't get thrown out then. The game is very, very physical. I'm impressed by the way Wemby handled having been thrown out and bouncing back and dominating the game and getting his team a W. That's impressive to me. Now, what happens is the message goes around the league. I saw a video on Instagram of all the times that he got fouled that wasn't called. And I'm watching it. I said, that's a foul. Oh, my God, that's another foul. Oh, and they're like 10 straight video clips of Wemby getting crushed and no calls being made. So you got to give him credit. He bounced back in a big way. Very, very impressive young man. But he hadn't won a championship yet.
I know you're not ready to anoint him. You always say he hasn't won a championship yet. But I have a question for you. Does Victor Wembanyama go on the Mount Rushmore of all-time San Antonio Spurs right now?
Oh. Well, you have a long list of NBA champions that belong on that Mount Rushmore.
Right. David Robinson, Tim Duncan are going to go on there.
Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili.
Does Manu Ginobili go on the Mount Rushmore of Spurs over Wemby right now?
Yeah, because he did it for, 15 years.
Yep.
Parker?
Tony Parker,
yeah.
Same thing. Those guys won multiple championships over a long period of time. And I think Greg Popovich belongs on the Mount Rushmore of NBA coaches because of what he was able to do in building a franchise culture. That's one of the reasons why Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra is so great. The culture they have built and what they've done and sustained over a very long period of time is very, very impressive. And now that it's a little bit of a downturn, finishing 10th several years in a row. Okay, what are we going to do next? All I hear, I think you guys mentioned it in the first segment, is Tyler Hero going to be back? Those are the big decisions. Those decisions, not everybody agrees with you. No matter what Pat Riley and the Miami Heat do, they're going to be detractors. They're going to be people who say, that's a mistake. Tyler Hero's the face of the franchise. Or you keep him and you're going to have detractors saying, man, they should have got rid of him while he was worth something.
Solana, you looked like you wanted to jump in.
I was just going to say, Wemby's not even the greatest player from France in the history of the San Antonio Spurs organization. We didn't even talk about George Gervin. Kawhi Leonard beat LeBron and was Finals MVP in 2014. And I happen to think Boris Diaw deserves a nod as well, since we're talking about it. I mean,
I'll throw Sean Elliott on there.
I think he's as good as Bucelis, don't you?
Oh, listen, nobody touches Boozy. How dare you? Now, let me ask you this. That leads me into this next question, because I think we're all in agreement that LeBron is the second best player in NBA history.
Yes.
All right, well, Solana maybe thinks LeBron is the greatest. Do you think he's the second best MJ, Coach?
Yeah, I have a hard time singling out one over the other because of my history in the game. It's if you look at the history of the game, you have to start with Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, all through that period where everybody says, well, the players weren't nearly as good. There were only 8 teams. There was only like 80 players in the league. It was very, very talented. Then you come up to the next generation with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Those guys were the best during that period. Then Michael Jordan arrives, and what does he do? He wins 6 championships. It's hard to measure greatness without including winning. You know.
Now, let me just ask you this: is LeBron on the Mount Rushmore? And we talked yesterday about LeBron has spent more time with the Lakers than any franchise in the NBA. 8 seasons with the Lakers. Hard to believe. I see you're doing the math there, but it's How many did he play with the Cavs before he came to Miami, Solana?
Rookie deal.
04 to 2010, so 6 seasons?
Yeah, 6 or 7.
And then he went back there for how many?
4.
4. So he probably played 10 total in Cleveland, but 8 straight in LA. So it's the longest straight stint of his NBA career has been with the Lakers. Is LeBron James on the Mount Rushmore of Lakers?
They have one championship, so you got to give them credit for that. And I know it was during COVID and all that stuff, but they won it. I mean, there's going to be a champion, and he's got one there. But here's the thing. One of the reasons I think he belongs in the conversation of being the greatest is look how long he's played. Look how long he has competed at the highest level, even into his 40s. So, yeah, he belongs there with the greatest Lakers. But the Lakers have a large group of guys that belong on Mount Rushmore, starting with Jerry West and Elgin Baylor.
Magic.
And then
Kobe.
Kareem.
Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah, Kobe Bryant.
Shaq.
I mean, they got it. James Worthy. There's a host of Laker players that you have to have a discussion as to what your criteria is. And now that LeBron's been there 8 years, it's not like he just went there for a year or two. He's been there a while now. And he's at the end of his career. So you didn't even see him at his best with the Lakers, and he's still statistically one of the best players in the NBA.
Pau Gasol, of course.
Mark Landsberg.
Saul. Hey, Coach, could LeBron do anything? Because he's not playing another 10 years. Max 2, I would say probably 1. If he goes to the Knicks and wins a title, he stays in L.A. and they don't make the playoffs. Can LeBron do anything to negatively or positively affect his legacy at this point in his career?
Well, you can look at Michael Jordan. Did it damage his reputation that he went to the Wizards and played with a
not one
terrible
bit?
team?
It did
Solana,
for this young guy. It didn't for me, and I think normal people. But Solana does hold that against him.
I don't hold it against him, Coach. I genuinely don't. I think it was awesome. I got to watch Michael Jordan because he went to the Washington Wizards. I remember going to the game. So I think that's awesome. But I do find it funny. We're talking about longevity when it comes to LeBron, and he's 41 years old, and he's winning playoff series, and he's literally still one of the best statistical players in the league at this age. And people don't take that into account when they look back at what Jordan did when he came back. And it was just a standard of, wow, he's scoring 18 points a game or he's scoring 20 points a game, but it didn't impact winning. So I think that's a huge nod for LeBron James. The fact that he's still playing at this level, the fact that he's still competing, and the fact that he can still take over games in a way that Michael couldn't at this stage in his life.
Well, I agree that Michael couldn't do it. Let's say I was at the Wizards were playing the Denver Nuggets, Michael's last year. And in the fourth quarter, the Wizards were going to Michael, and the Denver Nuggets were going to Earl Boykin, and Earl Boykin is like 5'3", 5'4", and the Nuggets win the game. Earl Boykin scores like 28 or 35 or something ridiculous. Michael has a good scoring game too, but the Nuggets win the game. What you're saying is so true. LeBron, the only guy you can compare him to is Kareem. Kareem in his 40s was still leading the Lakers to a championship. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I know, Hawk, you in your 40s, early 40s, you were still dominating in the park games, right? in the gym.
I was focusing more on radio at that point.
Oh, yeah. But you were
I was dominating
the airwaves
cholesterol.
at 40.
I was dominating cholesterol. Speaking of Earl Boykins, I love thinking of NBA names from the past. Do you remember Purvis Ellison's nickname?
Never Nervous Purvis?
Nailed it. Wow.
Okay.
That's excellent.
Okay, so did you know I recruited Purvis Ellison?
How the hell would I know that?
Of course you did.
I thought everybody knew that. Okay, so Purvis Ellison is from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to the BC basketball camp in Milledgeville, Georgia, and I watch this kid play. Nobody knows about him. BC basketball camp is Bill Crownhour's basketball camp. So I go to Bill Crownhour, and I said, hey, who the heck is this kid? And he said, I never heard of him. I said, which All-Star game did he make? And he said, he made the All-Star team? I said, I'm assuming he's in the top 20 All-Star game. He looks at it and he says, no, he's in the second 20. I said, Bill, don't embarrass yourself. This kid is a great player. He's probably the best player at the camp. You better put him in the top 20. So I recruit him. He comes to Virginia on a visit. And on the visit, he tells me, he arrives, and I'm talking to him, saying, hey, do we have a good shot at you? And he said, no. I said, no. He said, no, I didn't even want to come on the visit. I've narrowed my choices down to two. I'm either going to Georgia Tech or Louisville. I'm either going to Georgia Tech on Wednesday, the first day of the signing period, or I'm going to Louisville on Saturday. I'm signing with them. I said, why in the world would you narrow it down to those two schools and say you're going to sign with one on Wednesday and the other on Saturday? He said, because Georgia Tech hasn't offered me a scholarship yet. They're telling me I have to wait for Tommy Hammonds. If Tommy Hammonds chooses Georgia Tech, I can't go there. Tommy Hammonds chooses Georgia Tech. Purvis Ellison goes to Louisville, leads him to the NCAA championship, and he's named the most outstanding player as a freshman.
Never nervous Purvis.
Coach, I got to ask you this about. It makes me think about Blue Chips, the movie with Nick Nolte.
Yeah,
it's like nowadays I don't think that can happen because there's so much media. But you talking about Purvis, where like there used to be neon Bordeaux's where nobody knew about players, and you can go sneak out into a Louisiana muck and find a player.
Yeah, there's still guys like that. There's still plenty of guys that don't get heavily recruited that turn out to be NBA players. No, it's very, very hard because right now everybody, now it's changed. Everybody recruits the portal and recruits Europe. They don't. Everybody's got international players on their roster, juniors and seniors. Not that many guys are recruiting high school, but it used to be you recruited the shoe leagues, the EYBL, which is the Nike shoe league, and the Adidas gauntlet, and the Under Armour circuit. There's now Puma's got a league, and New Balance. But you can get lost. You can play for some unknown team on the Under Armour circuit, and no one watch you play because that team is not that good, and you don't have much of a reputation.
All right, let's do headlines real quick here, and then we can have another segment with Coach L. Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
Locally, Los Marlins did lose 3-0 yesterday in Minnesota. That was game one of their 3-game series. They'll play tonight, 7:40 p.m., and then they'll play tomorrow. That's a 1 o'clock game. It's a getaway game for the Fish. Also tonight, Inter Miami. They're at FC Cincinnati. That'll be a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. There was some Canes Hoops news. Coach L, I wonder if you'll be making the trip over to Tampa. UF and Miami will open their college basketball season next year, this upcoming season, against one another. A neutral site game November 2nd in Tampa, Florida.
Sent that to my son yesterday. He graduated University of Tampa, and he's staying in Tampa. And I said, here you go. Mark it on your calendar. You got something to do. Did you mind coaching a neutral site game, Coach?
No, neutral site games were great.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you. So do you guys know who's the legendary coach of the basketball team at the University of Tampa? He was there for, 40 years.
Mm-mm.
His name is Richard Schmidt. You know how I know him?
Because you beat him.
You recruited him.
I replaced him.
Where'd you
He
replace
was the
him?
assistant coach at the University of Virginia. He was a high school basketball coach coaching Jeff Lamp, who was an All-American at Virginia. Terry Holland, the head coach, hired Richard Schmidt. Richard Schmidt signed Jeff Lamp. Richard Schmidt stayed 2 years at UVA, left to become the head coach of Vanderbilt, and Jim Larenega replaced Richard Schmidt at UVA. And for the next 7 years, we had Ralph Sampson, Jeff Lamp, and a lot of great players. Got to the Final Four twice. but didn't win a
And
championship.
that guy got exiled to University of
Coach,
Tampa.
Coach, what kind of supplements do you take for your memory? Ginkgo biloba? You got to take something, Coach. This is crazy, the stuff you remember.
Now, I only remember stuff about basketball.
It is remarkable.
I don't know my next door neighbor's name, and even if I heard it, I wouldn't
He
recognize it.
knows Purvis Ellison's nickname. He doesn't know his neighbor's name.
Exactly.
These stories are
great.
wild.
Hey, listen, my wife remembers everybody's name, everybody's, and she remembers your story. If you tell her a story about your family from 20 years ago, when she sees you, she will remember, number one, who you are, what your name is, and everything about your family. My wife loves golf. You know that? We belong to
Oh.
Riviera Country Club.
You play golf?
We belong to Riviera Country Club.
He does not. Coach L does not play golf.
Your
I
wife
do not
plays, though.
play golf. But you know what my wife is doing right now? To get ready for her golf. She's outside sunning her feet because she wears shoes, and then when she goes without golf shoes, her white feet show. So she's out on the front porch.
She's
where
setting the base.
She's in the shade. Her whole body's in the shade, but her feet are out in the sun so that they don't look ridiculous when she's walking with her sandals and slides.
It's a savvy veteran move. That's a savvy
Strategy.
veteran golfer move.
The Larenega strategy sounds amazing.
What else we got, Solana?
The NFL schedule does drop tomorrow night, 8 p.m. We have the full slate of international games that was released. How about the Steelers and the Saints playing in Paris? That's the first game ever in Paris.
No international games for the Dolphins fans.
None.
I don't know if people get annoyed by that or if they like that. I don't know what fans prefer.
Rich people like it so they can travel. Normal people hate it because they can't go to the game.
No, I think here's how it works. If you lose a home game, fans complain because they're saying, why are we losing a home game? But since the Dolphins weren't included in the international slate, fans complain because, hey, why aren't the Dolphins included in the international
Right, we're
slate?
being disrespected.
Right. So either way,
Do the Falcons have an international game?
Yes. The Falcons play at the Santiago Bernabeu.
Oh, that's right. 2 is 1-0 there already. He has a chance to go 2-0.
Yep.
At the Bernabeu.
That's right. The Berranino.
Coach.
Yes.
Since you quizzed me on the Barclays Center, right? That's what it's called in New York. That's where the Knicks play.
Yeah.
Do you know where Real Madrid plays?
My son played for Real Madrid. They play in Madrid. I was there. I watched the practice there. I don't know the name of the arena, though. I'm sorry to say.
I'm going to give the point to Coach L.
Hey, I got to tell you this because you'll love it. So my son signs with Real Madrid, flies into Madrid, gets off the plane. The coach and the manager greet him. They hand him a cell phone, said you can use this. They give him a car. What's a really good car? Not a Porsche, but something. Anyway, they give him like a Ferrari or something, and they bring him to the arena. Now they're going to introduce him to the other players and stuff. And as he's coming in, the place is absolutely packed and rocking. And he's like, "Wow, this is awesome! These people are all here to greet me." And then as he gets past security, they said, "Hey, move over. David Beckham's coming." How about that?
That's cool.
Go from here to there real quick. You know all the NBA arenas, Solana? Where do the Bulls play?
United Center.
Incorrect. It is called the house that Buzelis built.
Goodness gracious.
I thought it was the house that Will Perdue built.
Oh, did I love Will Perdue?
I recruited him.
Did you?
Coach, you recruited everybody, Coach.
Actually, hey, Hawk, you'll appreciate this. Terry Holland sent me down to Florida to watch Will Perdue play up north, Daytona or Jacksonville, someplace. So I go watch him play, and I come back to Charlottesville, and he says, "Well, what do you think?" I said, "He stinks." I can't believe we wasted my time going there. He's like 6'9" or 10. He runs like a duck. He's not a basketball player. He's just tall. So the kid signs with Vanderbilt and is like 3-time SEC Player
Yeah.
of the Year.
He was a mountain of a
And
man.
Terry Holland says to me, "You said he was a duck. I think you're the duck."
That's amazing.
Hey, did you recruit Dwayne Wade when he went to
No.
Marquette, Coach? You
No.
did not?
No, I was at George Mason at the time. We were not recruiting players of his caliber.
I was going to say you weren't in the sweepstakes at George Mason for D Wade.
Although if we had him, we probably would have won the national championship in 06.
Came damn close without him.
Yeah.
He was
That Florida team we went against, Corey Brewer, Al Horford, Joakim Noah.
Yeah, Pete.
Yeah.
Anthony, the point guard number 1. Yeah, coach. They're my buddies.
Look how Crowder lights up.
Sidney Green's son. What's his name with the point guard?
Sidney Green, Bulls legend.
We called him Peep. His nickname's Peep. I don't remember his first name. We just all called him Peep.
I can't think of it. It was like Trey. No, I can't remember.
Yeah,
But
I don't need it, coach.
The shooting guard. You guys remember the shooting guard is the one who beat me.
Yeah.
Lee Humphreys.
Torian
Lee
Green.
could play.
Torrey Green.
Torian Green.
Torian.
I think I stole his girlfriend, coach.
Really?
Yeah. He was talking to a girl, and then I was already a little older, so, and I'm attractive like I am, and I think I undercut him.
You're a stud. There's no question about it.
See, Crowder was on the recruiting trail as well.
I recruited different, coach.
He was recruiting talent also.
Coach, the way you remember everything about basketball, Crowder remembers everything about his partying at UF.
That's a party school.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Your weather right now in South Florida, it is 88 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid 70s. That is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate.
All right, we'll do one more segment with Coach Larenega coming up. I want to tell you first about my good friends and the amazing award-winning team at Doral Kia. In Miami, where there's a Domino's game, you'll find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you always pay less with your Pricito de Mayo at Doral Kia. Take advantage of a Pricito de Mayo all month long right now on popular Kia models like a new 26 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, K5, Soul, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Kia today because you don't want to miss your chance to save on a new Kia. Mitchell, the Kia boss, and his entire staff will take great care of you. They took great care of the Hochmans when we got our son a Kia K4 at Doral Kia. With easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money, you always pay less with your Pricito de Mayo at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or start shopping right now at DoralKia.com.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
I have a package of frozen corn dogs in my freezer right now as we speak.
I'm sorry to hear that. Coach Larenega sent us a cool graphic here, Solana. Listen to this, Crowder, because I know Coach L has been telling us for the entire season, like, hey, slow your roll on Victor Wembanyama. But listen to this, the stats that he just sent us. Through 175 games, all right, through 175 NBA games, Victor Wembanyama has more points than Larry Bird at that time, has more rebounds than Charles Barkley at that time, has more blocks than Hakeem Olajuwon at that time, has more steals than Kobe Bryant at that time, and has more three-pointers than Steph Curry at that time.
Special.
He has the chance, Coach L, to be unlike anyone we've ever seen, just on the ability to do everything.
And that's why I sent that to you. I did not want you guys to think, or anybody to think, our listening audience, that I don't think Wemby has that potential. But because of injuries, because of the team, the players that are around him, you got to give him some time. The statistical comparisons are so impressive. They're awesome. Okay, the one that blows me away is him compared to Steph Curry. Now, the difference is comparing him to Steph Curry and Kobe Bryant. Well, those guys weren't physically mature either. They weren't starters and dominating the game like they did after they got to their mid-20s. Steph Curry was, I think, in first or second year, he got injured. He didn't play much. Kobe was sitting the bench. They ended up firing Del Harris, the coach of the Lakers, because he wasn't playing Kobe enough. And then they bring in Phil Jackson, and pretty soon he's like, oh, no, this guy's like Jordan. We just got to keep building him up. So Wemby is in that category. But, again, he's got to stay healthy, and he's got to have the players around him. Because if he gets doubled and triple teamed every night and the team ends up losing because he can't score at the level he's scoring at with 2 and 3 guys on him.
And Coach, that thought of the 7-footer, you talk about Ralph Sampson, Joel Embiid has missed more games than he played, and he's an MVP. If he plays, he's a monster. We talk about him all the time. Is as a coach being like, he's amazing if he's available. He's amazing if he's available. Is that something with all those big guys? We talk about Kareem and Hakeem and all those dudes. Is that the knock against 7-footers?
Durability is a key ability. Availability is the most important ability, because if you're not there, look at Zion Williamson. The guy is a monster, tremendous, one of the top players in the league, and he's hardly ever there. And
because he eats a lot, Coach. He eats too much.
Yeah, well, that too.
He's not 7 feet. He likes beignets.
Yeah, well, but you understand my point. Solana, you understand my point, right? You got to be there. You got to be durable enough. Look at what OKC would not be winning if Chet Holmgren was hurt.
Yeah.
You guys agree with that?
100%.
Even though
his SGA is, he needs Chet Holmgren out there.
He's got to have players around him. SGA is great because he's got a great supporting cast.
Even though Jalen Williams was out and it just hasn't mattered. And most people feel like he's the second best player or third best player on that team. Like, they're just a machine, Coach. Jared McCain is the 7th or 8th guy off that bench. AJ Mitchell's putting up 35 points in a playoff game against the Lakers, and 95% of NBA fans don't even know who that is.
Right.
That team is so well built. It's just unbelievable what they've been able to do in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I agree. And they're at the top of their game. They're young. They're young. These are not veteran guys who are 30, 32, 35 years old.
I will
Coach.
take issue. I was just going to say, I do take issue with that graphic, Hawk Red, a little bit. I'm not diminishing what Wemby's done, but Coach, I mean, I just looked it up. Steph Curry, in his first 3 years in the league, first 3 years, he never averaged 5 3-point attempts per game. It was always in the 4s, 4.6, 4.7. Victor Wembanyama last season averaged 8.9 3-point attempts per game. And his rookie season and this year, he's averaging 5.5 threes a game. So, yes, on the surface, it's wildly impressive that Wemby has made more threes at this point than Steph Curry in games played. But when you consider the amount of possessions, their teams average almost 15 points per game more compared to when Larry Bird played per game. I think Wemby's phenomenal and he's this unbelievable talent, but I don't like comparing the eras like that because even when Steph Curry entered the league in 2010, the NBA Finals, the final score was 95-88. Like it's a totally different game than what we saw even 15 years ago.
Well, the guy you can compare Wemby to, he's still playing, is Kevin Durant, because they got the size and the shooting ability. Look up how many 3-point attempts he had, and you're going to find out it's much less than Wemby too. I did a study to help one of my players. You guys remember DeJuan Hernandez?
Mm-hmm.
He got drafted by the Raptors, and he wanted to shoot a ton of threes in college. And I try to tell him, look, it's not shooting threes, it's making threes. You got to be efficient. And your game, especially early in his career as a freshman, you're the most talented athlete around the basket that we have. You need to spend more time in the paint. You got a great jump hook. You're a great offensive rebound, and you're always a lob threat. But a guy like Kevin Durant, I saw him play when he was in the 10th grade. He was burying Jays from everywhere as a 10th grader. He was a dynamic shooter and scorer. But what made him so difficult to guard was his 15-foot game. He shot threes and made some, but I don't think he shot more than five threes in his first 3 or 4 years as an NBA player. He dominated with the 15-footer.
Yeah. All right, we got to wrap things up. This hour flies by every Wednesday. We love you, Coach. Do you?
Hey, you know my story for next week, right?
Yes, you're going to be on with us in the 2:00 hour because you're delivering the commencement address at Bellin, right?
At Berlin, not
Bellin.
Bellin.
Berlin Jesuit. You never
call
heard of it?
Bellin?
Bellin.
Rhymes with
B-E-L-E-N.
Bellin? Come on.
Bellin?
Wait,
Bellin.
I'm talking to Father Willie, who runs Berlin. I'm telling him he's going to call you in and spank you for that pronunciation.
They don't do that anymore, Coach. But
Well, they did when I was in school.
Father Willie's a legend, bro.
When
Like,
when
absolute
Solana was
legend.
there, he got whacked a
this
couple times
afternoon-
with a ruler.
When I get off the show, I'm going right over to Betham. You know what Betham is?
That I know.
You do. What is it?
I'm a member of Betham, Coach.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm going over. They're putting together a team, and a coach is going to Jeff is going to teach the kids how to play proper basketball. He's asked me to come over and talk to them because what kids are doing right now is terrible for the game of basketball. You like quality basketball, Solana. Kids are learning how to dribble the ball to death and then go one-on-one.
Well, don't worry about it, Coach. I coached at Betham for 6 years. I coached basketball at Betham for 6 years. All those kids are doing is shooting from the logo. That's exactly what I taught them to do. That's all.
You want me to give you a couple of Yiddish words that you can drop on them so that they pay more attention to you?
Yeah, give me a couple.
Yeah, so say, listen, if you guys are just going to start jacking up threes all day, you're going to give us the spilkus over here, and we'd like you to start working on your mid-range game. All right, spilkus.
I'm just going to tell them, listen, you know I was a college basketball coach. I'm not coaching college anymore. I'm coming over here to coach you. I'm going to be your mensch.
There we go. I know that one, Coach.
Yeah, tell him to call you Coach Mensch.
Does that work?
And Coach, at Berlin, Solana used to request the spankings. He didn't have to do anything bad.
I didn't go to Belen. I didn't get into Belen. So I went.
He only went there for the spankings.
He just went to get spanked at the end of the day.
I didn't get into Belen, and I certainly didn't apply to Belen or whatever the hell Hawk said.
You may have gotten into Belen.
So guys,
next
I'll
week.
see you next week.
Next week, 2:00 hour.
2:00.
All right, fair enough. There you go. Jim Larenega. Zack Gelb will join us in the 4:00 hour on today's program. 4:00 hour is coming up. Cheetah Pompano. What a great spot to watch a game. You got action tonight. They've got 4 stages of entertainment, other action, and the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. And you know Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. This Saturday night, the best in female MMA. Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano are fighting on Netflix, but you can watch those fights live at Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. And then next week, Cheetah Palm Beach is celebrating their 25th anniversary with a massive 2-day event, Wednesday, May 20th and Thursday, May 21st. I'll give you more details next week, but you will want to be at Cheetah Palm Beach next week for their 25th anniversary parties. Don't forget, if you're planning a bachelor party, no better place than Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. You want to make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well, and you can get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I'm not a football guy, you know that, but I read Bill Walsh's book. Do you remember? You know the book?
I can't read, Coach.
Go.
PM and we back on the clock, so don't get cutesy. Dog lead the station unlocked. We got the sports talk and the drama to make sure the T-clock. WQAM is the Avengers with no weak spot. For Joe Rose, Woody Bo, Omar and Moore, Tobin and Leroy giving goosies galore. Yeah, but 2 to 6 is reserved for 3 legends. The captains of America, not no Chris Evans. From Spritz to McRibs and calling out game scores. Hochman, Crowder, Solana. Get ready for some more.
That's Georgie, by the way. Does our theme songs at the top of every hour. He was out with the fellas at Whiskey Stars and Cigars last Friday, and Georgie just put on Instagram a little recap of his night. So you see him out there with Solana and with Crowder and the entire crew and what was going on there at Tabacon. So if you want to check it out, it's JORGMUZIK on social media, Georgie Music. Let me give you the stock market report here to start out the 4 o'clock hour. It's sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Not much action on the Dow Jones today, down 67 points, which is really nothing. S&P 500 up 43 points, that's over 0.5%, and the Nasdaq up over a full percent, up 314 points. So relatively good day on Wall Street.
I'm in the green, baby.
Love Wednesdays on this show because Coach L for an hour is great, and Zack Gelb will be coming up. Somebody just put on the chat, any Finn schedule leaks? I haven't seen any. Have you, Solana? You seen any schedule leaks for the Dolphins that you trust?
I have not. No.
Yeah, I haven't either. But no international game. We know that. Here's a couple things I saw before we get to headlines and then make room for Gelby. BetOnline did odds for week 1 starters for several teams, like Arizona. Who do you think is the odds-on starter, the odds-on favorite to be the starter week 1 for Arizona? Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew, or Carson Beck?
I always say it, you can have a young quarterback and reinvigorate your team halfway through the season. So I would guess Jacoby Brissett is the safe pick.
It is, but I remember that he wants to get paid like a starter. And I don't know if Arizona is going to pay him like a starter. I think it's Jacoby, but for the sake of the game here, I'm going to go with Gardner Minshew.
So Jacoby is minus 400 to start. Gardner Minshew is plus 425. Carson Beck is plus 750.
But Solana, that thought he wants to get paid like a starter. He's already under contract.
Yeah.
Right, but this is going to sound stupid. He could hold out.
No, that's ridiculous.
Jacoby Brissett is holding out on the Cardinals.
I would love to see that. That'd be the greatest story that you'd ever want.
Huck, if we could bet who their week 10 starter would be.
Right. That's the real question.
Carson Beck.
And I would say Carson Beck.
100% Carson Beck.
To Crowder's point.
Yeah. You go 2-8 and you put Carson in. Now your team, your fan base kind of gets back. Like I said, reinvigorated. Yes. Carson Beck will finish the season at quarterback.
It's why we saw our guy at the end of the season. I forget what his name is.
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
That's our guy.
How about Atlanta?
That's when you could tell you've made a big impact when people call you our guy.
You remember when Big Dog started the last 3 games?
You really showed out when you call him big guy.
You remember Big Fella on the last 3 games? You remember when Big Fella tossed that pill to a guy?
Hawk, you gotta stop giving my secrets away. Because at Whiskey,
I never do that though. You do that. I never do.
And at Whiskey Stars and Cigars, I did it to somebody, and he said, "Yeah, Hawk talks about this all the time." Hey man, what's up? What's up, Big Dog? He's like, "Yeah, big dog, huh? You don't know who I am. We met somewhere. I never forget a face." That's my new thing.
Now, how about Atlanta? Michael Penix Tua or Trevor Siemian?
I believe Tua, because Penix is not going to be healthy to start a camp, and Tua is better than Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, I think Tua is a heavy favorite.
Tua, not a heavy favorite. Tua is minus 150. Michael Penix is plus 105. So not a heavy favorite. If he's healthy, I think you almost have to go with Penix.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
1,000%. But I don't. But the report was correct that he's not going to start camp.
I don't recall. I know you've said it over and over again that
Yeah.
he's not going to be healthy, but I don't know if I trust you.
Yeah. Oh no, never trust me. But I read somewhere that like he won't be ready for camp.
I know the idea is that you have to start Michael Penix, and I understand that, right? Like you think about, hey, younger guy, you drafted him, you don't know his ceiling yet, I guess would be the argument. But I will say this: Kevin Stefanski is their new head coach, and he does like wacky stuff with his quarterbacks, right? Going back to Cleveland, and don't forget that the Indianapolis Colts were in a similar situation with Daniel Jones. And they had Anthony Richardson. Everybody's like, well, obviously you start Anthony Richardson because why wouldn't you? He was drafted 5th overall, and you know what Daniel Jones is. And then Daniel Jones rattled off an MVP caliber season until he got hurt. And I'm not suggesting Tua is Daniel Jones, but I could see somebody with the cachet of Stefanski saying, no, this will be a battle at training camp, and the best quarterback is going to start for me. And I think Tua is a better quarterback than Michael Penix when they're both healthy. Like I think he is right now.
I just wonder what you're doing to Penix, though. If Tua gets the nod at the beginning of the season, doesn't play well or gets injured, and then it's like, okay, now we'll go to you, Penix. Like you're pretty much washing your hands of him if Tua's the week 1 starter and Penix is healthy.
Psychologically and visually from the fan base, it looks like that. Now I'm thinking about it. I could be jaded because I'm from Atlanta, and I know a bunch of even my brother-in-law, Lewis, my sister's husband of 20-something years. He has not texted me a sentence with Michael Penix's name without a cuss word. So I might be jaded. And we watched them. They had some primetime games. I was not impressed by Michael Penix.
I don't think John Michaels has been very impressed with him when he comes on with us.
Yeah, Michael Penix has not torn the doors off the league, as we say.
You mentioned Stefanski. How about Cleveland? He's not there anymore, but Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, Taylon Green.
Shedeur Sanders, incumbent.
Deshaun Watson, favorite.
Deshaun Watson is the favorite, minus 200. Shedeur Sanders, plus 150. I almost feel like you've got to take one more swing with Deshaun Watson. You got to take one more swing. You're paying him a ton of money. Take that swing, and if he looks as bad as he has looked, then you go, okay, epic mistake, and we got to move on. But you got to take that one final swing.
Does Deshaun look like the Deshaun I watched in Houston 3 years ago?
Well, we're going to find out.
You have a Pro Bowler. But
that's what I'm saying. You got to take that one final swing, and you can be completely done with them forever if it looks terrible.
Yeah, by the way, Crowder, here's why I don't agree with you. If it was 3 years ago, I'd say, okay, do it. This is 6 years ago. Deshaun Watson.
Is it 6 years?
6 years since been in Houston?
2019. The 2019-2020 season was that year where he went into the AFC, the second round of the AFC playoffs, and they had like that 21-point lead against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and they ended up losing it. But like he was going toe-to-toe, quote-unquote, with Mahomes. That's how long it's been. It's been 6 years. He's had 2 major injuries since then. The idea that the Browns are going to go back to Deshaun Watson, to me, is silly. Like, enough's enough. You've got to eat the money, and it is what it is. But what are you doing going back to somebody who literally has not been able to perform in 6 seasons?
Yeah.
And then finally, Vegas Raiders. Kirk Cousins, Fernando Mendoza.
Fernando Mendoza, throw him out there. Number 1 pick of the draft. Fernando Mendoza is going to start.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is the favorite.
Oh, my goodness. Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins is minus 250. Mendoza is plus 200.
Did you watch Kirk Cousins get his face smashed into and bust his nose open the other week? Come on, man. Fernando Mendoza will start week 2 if he does it.
Yeah, I think, man, I don't know. I mean, what are you doing if you start Cousins?
Like the first pick of the draft. And
Who's their head coach?
I thought this was a summer game. I wasn't prepared for this game.
Clint Kubiak.
Oh, Clint Kubiak. Coobs.
But even the Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers thing, the Aaron Rodgers to, Jordan Love thing. What is Kirk Cousins teaching anybody? Like, put that little boy from Christopher Columbus High School on that field as soon as you can.
All right, let's do headlines so we have time with Zack Gelb. Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
So this is interesting. My friends, my group chat was blowing up. NFLshop.com, they're having a massive clearance sale right now, like a huge clearance sale. How much do you think a Miami Dolphins authentic Nike Tua Tagovailoa jersey is right now on NFL Shop?
An authentic jersey.
Men's Miami
what's
Dolphins.
Normally?
Tua
It's got to be normally
Tagovailoa.
like $189 or something.
It's normally, this one's $130. It's the Nike Aqua Player Game Jersey on NFL.com. It's normally $129.99.
Gonna go $17.99.
Can't go that low, Hawk. They can't even pay for material.
You're gonna end up throwing it out.
$60.
$4.99.
That can't be real.
That's a lie.
Because I'm gonna get you all one. You're telling me I can get everybody on the show a Tua Dolphins jersey for $20 right now? Wow.
Come on, man.
That's insane.
$4.99. And that's just in aqua. If you'd like it in white, you can get it for $6.99. And if you'd like the throwback edition of the same jersey, just the throwbacks, the old aqua, it's $14.99.
I'm good with the aqua $4.99.
You can also get a Tyreek Hill jersey, same exact jersey, for $7.99. For some reason, Bradley Chubb is $40. I don't know who's spending money on Bradley Chubb jersey.
The best investment there is a Tyreek Hill jersey, and I'll tell you why. Very possible at some point in the future, another Hill plays for the Dolphins. You've had Randall Hill, Tyreek Hill. Hill's not that odd a last name. You're never going to get another Tagovailoa.
No chance.
Not in our lifetime. And I doubt you're going to get a Chubb.
But the chances of Hill number 10, though, Hawk?
Well, but if you get someone just named Hill, you're halfway there.
So if I have a Marino 67, that's okay?
It'll be funny. I mean, that's a conversation starter. That's actually a clever jersey. Get Dan Marino's jersey with a wrong number, like a lineman's number. That's funny.
I don't know if this is a great approach we're making.
Yeah, I think if you want one for investment purposes, I would get the Tyreek Hill jersey because I think you have a better chance of having another Hill.
There's a better chance of having another Hill, and I would say Tyreek Hill impacted the team the most out of those three.
What about a Jalen Waddle jersey? You can get one right now, Jalen Waddle, and this is the Nike White Vapor limited edition jersey, the throwback white, beautiful jersey for $29.99. It's normally $176.
No.
Is that one of those jerseys that like will always be good or cool to have as a Dolphins fan?
No, Waddle didn't really. Oh, I'm sorry, Solana. I know you don't feel the same way. Waddle impacted this team 0%.
He just didn't move the needle. He didn't.
Wow. So you'd
Tua
rather have a
moved the
Tua
needle.
jersey? You'd rather have a Tua jersey looking back?
Yeah.
Yes.
In
I think
15
I go
years.
I go Tyreek in 15 years. My kids, Tyreek, Tua. I might go Chubb over Waddle. Waddle is nobody knows Waddle.
Just didn't make an impact. He really did not make an impact.
No, Hawk, he had 1,000 yards for the first time in 3 seasons coming into the Dolphins. I know Solana's answer.
I think you guys are way off here. He literally had the coolest celebration maybe in the NFL for like 4 years, which was the Waddle.
True.
And he was a productive player in fantasy football, so a lot of people know Jalen Waddle. He was part of the greatest show on surf, and the Dolphins took him 6th overall. Do I have that right? 6th overall in that 2021 draft. Like I'm telling you, I think the Waddle jersey is the one to go with there. Like he was.
I just don't think he had an impact. I think it's like getting a Mike Wallace jersey.
Yeah. You're going to bring up Solana because you have no kids now. You're engaged. Your son, daughter, whatever. Like you say, 15 years from now, you're going to sit down at the fire and talk about Jalen Waddle.
He will never be mentioned. He will never be mentioned. It was a completely unmemorable. What's the word I'm looking for?
Waste of time.
Forgettable.
Forgettable.
Oh, okay.
Better than unmemorable.
Like how much do we talk about Chris Chambers?
Someone fashions themselves a wordsmith to not be able to come up with forgettable, but be able to come up with unmemorable is just going to haunt my dreams.
Solana, no, I know you got to come up with something to say. When is the last time you had a conversation with your group chat about Chris Chambers?
Yeah, see, Crowder, you're way off here. That was like our era when the Dolphins were still the Dolphins.
The name of the group chat, Chris Chambers fans.
You're talking about 8-4? 8-4. Boy, man. Chris Chambers, Anthony Fasano, the rookie season of Ronnie Brown, 2006. I saw somebody saying earlier on Twitter, I remember who it was. They're like, the city of Miami peaked in 2006. Rick Ross dropped his first ever album. The Heat won a title. Ronnie Brown was on the Dolphins. Ricky Williams was on the Dolphins. Chris Chambers was on the Dolphins. Like that's our era, man. I love
being in the era doesn't mean it's not forgettable, and I'm glad I can use that word now. But it's like me and Coach Larenega talking about Will Perdue. It was my era,
yeah.
But Will Perdue was wildly forgettable.
I don't know what he looks like.
Tyreek Hill, lumbering white guy. I mean, just gigantic.
When you talk about Dolphin receivers, hey, man, who's the best? Tyreek's coming up. No one is thinking about Jalen Waddle in that conversation.
No, I get you, and you're probably right. But I wouldn't rock a Tyreek Hill jersey. I don't mess with the dude. So
morally.
No. I'm saying yeah. I wouldn't. I have no love for Tyreek either. I'm just saying if you were going to buy a jersey and the chances of being able to wear that jersey and have a current Dolphin player with that name, Hill is your best choice.
My answer is I'm not wearing one of them damn jerseys. I'm going to wear my Zach Thomas that I had for 15 years now.
You're going to wear your Reuben Bain jersey.
Oh, it's on the way, baby. I got my email.
Hey, hurry up. Do headlines because I don't have enough time with Zack Gelb.
Yeah. Looks like all the Alec Ingold jerseys have sold out. I don't see them here listed. NFL schedule is released tomorrow. No Finns international game, it looks like. This year, Steelers Saints are going to be playing in Paris on October 25th. We talked about the Jaguars back-to-back weeks in London. This one's interesting. LSU will play at Ole Miss on September 19th. Now, this is funny for several reasons. There's some recent stuff that Lane Kiffin has been saying that makes this funny, but that is his return to Oxford, Mississippi for the first time. It's going to be on national TV.
All right.
Wear them out.
Tonight, Inter Miami, they do play at FC Cincinnati at 7:30 p.m. And Los Marlins, they'll play the Minnesota Twins again, trying to even up this series. 7:40 is your first pitch. The game can be heard on FM 104.3. Jack McMullen on the call. Steven Strom will get you started at 6:30, at 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, Max Meyer, he gets the nod tonight for the Fish. Tonight, also in the NBA, you have Game 5 of the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Detroit Pistons. That'll be at 8 p.m.
Spider.
Your weather. Right now in Miami, it is 88 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid-70s. This weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
Does anybody remember the burger of the month at Tucker Duke's? Because I did hear from John at Tucker Duke's after I had trouble pronouncing the name, and Solana nailed it. Do you remember the name of the burger? It's a, was it a Greek god? An Aztecian.
Aztec god, yeah.
Exolatelo.
Very close.
Xolot.
Xolot. He nailed it.
Yeah.
Did you remember that from when I did the commercial last?
Yeah. Xolot.
Had you heard of a xolot before?
I had never heard of Xolot.
Neither had I. You checking your notes?
Yeah, I got Xolot a couple pages back.
Yeah, xolot. All right, Zack Gelb is going to join us next. Tucker Duke's Lunchbox in Deerfield Beach. Really the best burgers in South Florida. And the burger of the month for May, whether you can pronounce it or not. I know you can't spell it. Can you spell it, Solana?
Xolotl.
Wow. The Senor Xolot. Xolotl.
Yeah, that's a dumb mistake.
The Senor Xolot is the May burger of the month. It's an 8-ounce all-beef patty, pepper jack cheese, street corn elote spread, guacamole smash, pico de gallo, cowboy candy, which is candied jalapenos, chipotle honey aioli, tortilla chips on a toasted onion bun. I'd like to see a video of the waiters and waitresses there taking the order for that, because there's no way people are saying, I'll take a Senor Xolot.
0%.
Everyone's saying it the way I said it, right? Like exultol.
Exolot.
Yeah, I'll have the Senor Exolot. Xolot. The Senor Xolot. That is the burger of the month for the month of May at Tucker Duke's. Tucker Duke's, it's not just award-winning burgers. It really is one of the most creative menus in South Florida. You can see the menu online right now at tuckerdukesburgers.com. Besides burgers, fish dip, bacon-wrapped Korean barbecue ribs, cheesesteak fries, salads, chicken sandwiches, steak sandwiches, portobello fries. They've got it all. They've got delicious desserts as well. And it's just a fun place to have a meal at. Good vibe there. Follow Tucker Dukes on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and you'll see all the incredible food that they make. But perfect spot for lunch or dinner or brunch on the weekends. Tucker Dukes in Deerfield Beach. Check them out, 1101 South Powerline Road. It's the southwest corner of Powerline and 10th in Deerfield Beach. Or check out their menu right now, tuckerdukesburgers.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Anybody want Carol Snooka's number?
do the same thing I told you that
Zack
I never
Gelb
would.
is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Man, it is nasty in Boca Raton right now. It is a storm, like a bad storm rolling through. Zack Gelb hosts the Zack Gelb Show on 365 Sports, and he's the studio host for NFL and college basketball on Compass Media Networks. And I always recommend you follow him on social media at Zack Gelb, ZACHGELB. I know Solana has been annoyed the last couple of days because Crowder and I have been talking about how the New York Knicks, it's the mecca of basketball, and the league is better if the Knicks are relevant. And Solana has been looking at it through the prism of being a Heat fan, and I hate being painted as a Knicks fan just from speaking the truth, that it happens to be a more interesting watch. Like, as Coach Larenega said, the Knicks-Sixers series was a lot more interesting than the Cavs-Pistons series. It just is, and part of it is because the Knicks are a major market, play at Madison Square Garden, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know what to do here, Crowder, with Gelby, because he's in New York. He's a New Yorker. He's a
67
Knicks
and sunny today, by the way.
And, yeah, it's very rainy here. Very rainy and
One of the
hot.
few days I can get that in over you guys.
So I don't know what to do, Crowder, because I don't want to do 4 hours of professing my love for the Knicks, because I don't have any love for the Knicks, but I don't know what I don't know what to do.
You hit it on the head. The truth is the truth, and Knicks basketball is old school. It's a legacy of NBA, and with them being good, it makes the league better. That's the truth. You put it perfectly.
Yeah, and I just think there's more excitement around the Knicks. Like the Cavs-Pistons series is a better series. It's tied up at 2 games apiece. The Knicks and Sixers series is already over, and there was only one game that was close, and it was when Joel Embiid wasn't even playing in game 2. But in the East, where you're looking for more excitement, the East, and I know Solana makes this as a joke, like, oh, the AFC, it was so easy, the Patriots got there. The East is open, and the Knicks are the most exciting team in the Eastern Conference. Where in the West, it's just a 2-team race.
Oh, actually, let's go there. Let's talk about how the Patriots had the easiest path to a Super Bowl in NFL history. That'll be more fun than talking about the Knicks. No. If you do you think the Knicks could get past OKC, San Antonio, or even Minnesota in the finals?
Minnesota, yes. Since the Spurs haven't done it yet, I think they can. OKC's going to be really tough. Like, even when they play an average game, they still beat these teams by like 10 points. But if they're there, like, I don't think they're going to get swept out. I think it's going to be a 6-game series. Like, look at last year. Who would have thought the Pacers would have given the Thunder this much of a run, and it got to 7 games. You had the Halliburton injury. I would rank those teams right now: Thunder 1, Spurs 2, Knicks 3. But it doesn't mean the Knicks can't go win a championship if they're there.
And Gelby, we didn't talk to you beforehand, but I saw on the text line, I didn't know what you were saying, but you didn't want to see Wemby have 15, 25, 15, 4, 4, and 4, whatever it was last night. You don't think he should have played in Game 5?
No, he should have been suspended. And
goodness, great Gelby.
Goodness,
to lose friendship.
Channing, if I walked into the studio and elbowed you in the neck, and then Len Weiner was like, no, you get to continue to host the show. What? Like, if he wasn't
continue to host the show, he left on Tuesday, and then he gets to work on Wednesday.
It was a basketball game. Elbows are flying in basketball games all the time.
That he hesitated and then said, okay, I know what I'm doing, and threw an elbow in the neck of Naz Reid. If that was, and I know Draymond Green has a history.
He's got a history.
Draymond, he was suspended. If that was Mitchell Robinson of the Knicks, he would have been suspended.
Right, because he's not Victor
Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
A global star, and he gets preferential treatment.
As he should.
And it goes to this commissioner just being spineless. Little spineless Silver. That's what he is. He has no control of his league.
Why would you flex your power over one of the superstars, maybe the biggest superstar the league has seen in 5 seasons or more? Like, why would you flex your power on him?
Because you can't just elbow someone in the throat because the guy's
and he got kicked out of the game. He got kicked out of the game.
and he shouldn't be allowed to play Game 5. If Naz Reid, if it would have been if that was Naz Reid doing that to Victor
Naz Reid
Wembanyama,
should be suspended for a week.
Adam Schefter assault. You know what you would have been saying.
That's right.
But Gelby, this is my follow-up to all this stuff. I did it with Hollywood in the morning. I did it with Solana. No, Gelby.
I'm disappointed in you because you weren't a star, and you should stand up for the little guy, you SOB.
No, but Gelby, consequences and repercussions, I understand it. What is the reason? Like, why do y'all get so up in arms that Wemby played? What's it going to prove? What's it going to change basketball? What is the outcome of him not playing Game 5?
Because you potentially lose all control of that series. Like, if last night, if Naz Reid would have done that in retaliation, what, you going to suspend him just because he's a lesser player? You have to have some control of the series.
Kick him out.
I think you should have suspended Naz Reid for getting elbowed.
Oh, yeah.
Naz Reid's neck hurt Wemby's elbow.
Hey, jackass, get your neck out of the way of our superstar's elbows.
Dunk. Why did he just dunk?
Shaking my head. Shaking my head. You two bozos.
I just don't get.
And you know what? If let's just say that was I don't know, Chris Middleton, who did that to Jimmy Butler, you two would be like, Chris Middleton should be suspended for 4 games.
It happened to Bam. It happened to Bam in this year's play-in game.
LaMelo.
Who's watching the playing game? Come on. That was a dirty play, though. That was a dirty play.
Dirty.
And you guys were annoyed by it, and I was annoyed by it. That was a dirty play.
And he didn't get suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Spineless Silver set his precedent in these postseason games.
A blatant elbow like that is so bad.
Then worse than kicking someone's legs out from under him?
Should have just punched him.
Like an elbow is a normal part of the game. What Ball did to Bam is not a normal part of the game.
There is way to be discreet about an elbow. You go and set a screen. You set a screen high, or you just box it out and boom. What Victor Wembanyama did.
Victor Wembanyama can't be discreet about anything. There's literally nothing on the planet he can be discreet about. He
looked at Naz Reid, hesitated, and then boom, hit him with an elbow right in the throat.
Have you ever looked at Naz Reid? You do the same thing.
I might have snuck my fingers at some guys' mouths and under the pile or punched another two. It is what it is. It's a sport.
I'm just glad you weren't like Christian Wilkins and maybe putting those fingers someplace else.
Yeah. I was an upfront guy.
I'm glad you said
I'll make you very uncomfortable, Channing.
I'm glad you said it was a sport. I thought this happened at the radio station.
That studio space with Christian Wilkins.
So this is what annoyed Solana, though. And again, I don't want to do the Knicks love, but would there be some kind of poetic finish to LeBron's career if he went to the Knicks next season and won a championship for them in Madison Square Garden?
Sure, but LeBron never has wanted the Knicks. So why would the Knicks want LeBron now at the end of his career? Like, if there was a benefit to bringing in
LeBron on this
LeBron,
current Knicks team, you don't think they're better?
I don't think they need him.
Well, they're going to fall short this year.
Because then who do you lose?
He's a free agent.
No, I'm saying you have to get someone probably has to get kicked off the roster. Mikal Bridges, even though his offense is inconsistent, he's on a heater right now, and he's a great defensive player. OG Anunoby's one of the best two-way players in the league. Brunson's not going anywhere. Cat's not going anywhere. Deuce McBride is valuable, a three-point shooter.
Are you really saying that you're going to keep Deuce McBride over having LeBron play at Madison Square Garden? I just want to make sure I have this right. You're choosing Deuce McBride over LeBron James.
No, but Deuce
Deuce
is probably gone somewhere else. But now I know what it's like, Solana. You have one last name, and it's the first 6 that make a lot of sense. But then one little blemish, and you two cockroaches, we can't get rid of you. But
I want to make sure I heard this right. I thought maybe the weather had messed with my audio.
Someone else.
You're taking Deuce McBride.
Yeah, I don't
over
want LeBron. You want to know why I don't want LeBron James? Because he's a big baby. Oh, JJ Redick, the Rob Pelinka gave him a game ball and a congratulatory message from his children. So, I gotta be a little bitch, please. I don't want LeBron. 4 years ago, would love him. Now, no chance.
I understand what you're saying. Ben Stiller and Tracy Morgan, they're not buying
They would
they're
be
not
star
buying-
effing him. There's
They're
no
not
way.
buying their courtside
They had to wear
seats.
that Deuce McBride
If
jersey.
Deuce McBride's not there, why would they spend that much
Hey,
money
the last
on courtside
time I just
seats?
threw a name randomly in this show was Devon Achane. You all clown me. Who's the best player in the Dolphins right now? Devon Achane. Suck on that.
Gelb.
Jimmy's like, dump.
Gelb, LeBron he stays with the Lakers and they don't make the playoffs. He goes to New York and win a championship. Anything affect his legacy? Anything next year can affect LeBron's legacy.
Yeah, if he went to New York, no, it wouldn't get him past Michael Jordan. He's the second greatest player of all time. So, another championship would be awesome for LeBron and for him to go out that way. But at this point, LeBron and Aaron Rodgers, LeBron's better. I have no appetite to see either one still play. Aaron Rodgers, your little song and dance. Just go retire. Yeah, you're going to go play for the Steelers this year. You win 9-10 games. You won't win a postseason game. And the Steelers would be better off just starting Will Howard or Drew Aller so they at least could rip the Band-Aid off, see if those guys got anything. And when they don't, then they're picking in the top 10 in the draft. For LeBron, I read the article on ESPN. They have to justify why they're going to offer him a lower salary. Just go back to, where I want to see him? Cleveland next year. Have him go back to Cleveland, go back another time, and it's at least a nostalgic ending. You want him back in Miami, you guys?
No.
Exactly. You guys get all on me for not wanting him in New York. You guys don't want him in Miami. You win your 2 championships.
Yes,
take him
I
back.
do.
But ask me if I would take him or Deuce McAllister.
You want to go Deuce Staley, too?
I don't even think your Deuce goes on the Mount Rushmore of deuces.
We got to wrap up this call. I got to take a Deuce, honestly.
By the way, Deuce McBride under contract next year for $4 million. So he'll be LeBron's running mate.
No, but you're gonna have to shed some salary there.
No, I mean, no.
Put it this way: I'd rather have Mitch Robinson on the Knicks next year than LeBron James.
Well, Mitchell Robinson is a free agent. Gelb.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be able to repay him because 92% of your entire cap, and you're over the cap, is on that starting five. No joke though, that's how you get it done. Mitchell Robinson doesn't get re-signed, and they give LeBron the mid-level exception. He plays for $18 million, and then you sign a bunch of guys on the minimum who want to come play with LeBron in New York. That's the way that they would get it done. Now the question is, would LeBron sign for a mid-level extension? And would he want to go to New York? I don't think he would. I think it would just make more sense to go back to Cleveland, and I think the Cavs are better. So.
Oh, well, the Cavs aren't better, but that's fine.
We'll see.
I guess we don't look at results or standings or anything like that. But anyway, the interesting part here is Leon Rose used to represent, he was his first ever agent for LeBron, and then LeBron kind of stabbed Leon in the back and just had all of LeBron's friends then go represent him. But then they ended up Deuce McBride. Oh, you have his number. I got Deuce McAllister's number. Does that make a big deal?
I just added it. I don't have it.
Can we backtrack for a second?
Yeah.
In your just brutal and lame attempt to take a shot at me, I don't look at records or whatever. The Knicks won one more game than the Cavs did in the regular season. Literally one more game.
But the last time the Knicks played the Cavs in the playoffs, who won?
Right, but so what?
Say it with me, Solana. Go New York. Go New York.
The last time the Heat played the Knicks in the playoffs, who won? What does that have to do with anything this season? Literally, what does that have to do with anything?
In recent memory, the Knicks have been better than the Cavs.
All right, we'll see.
The Knicks are way better than the Cavs, Solana. You got it.
You trusting James Harden in a big spot? The only thing I'm trusting James Harden to show up for is one of those strip club reads that you guys have.
And
okay?
some damn turnovers, Gelb. He'll give that ball to the other team every time he gets a chance.
Yeah, who's got the best player in that series? Donovan Mitchell is by far and away the best player if those two teams were to play in the series.
Jalen Brunson just not exist?
You
far
hate
and
on
away.
Jalen.
Huh.
Far and away better than Jalen Brunson?
It's not even
Jalen
close.
Brunson is garbage.
You are fake news.
You'd rather have
You're a cantankerous segment.
You'd rather have Jalen Brunson than Donovan Mitchell? What is Jalen Brunson accomplished?
Yes.
Tell me right now. What has he accomplished?
He brought the Knicks back. Something Donovan Mitchell would have done if they signed Donovan Mitchell over Jalen Brunson.
What? Two conference finals appearances that they're not going to get out of? Like what? Genuinely,
you don't think the Knicks are going to the NBA
Solana?
Finals?
You don't think they're going to get out of
Do
it?
you know how bad the Knicks were? The Knicks
I
were
think
the biggest
Pistons-
joke in the league.
I think the Pistons match up better with the New York Knicks.
Pistons,
and I
it's gonna
think
be a
they
tough
win that
series.
series. And I think the Cleveland Cavaliers will literally win that series in 5.
Okay. Just because you say
Deuce
literally
Bigelow
in
from one of the
5.
chatters. Yeah, I don't think what's Deuce who's your Deuce?
McBride, that's my homeboy.
Yeah, I don't think Deuce McBride goes on the Mount Rushmore of Deuces. It's Deuce Bigelow, Deuce McAllister, Deuce Staley,
And a deuce.
Was there
and
Deuce McKnight?
Who was the Miami Hurricane who dropped the deuce in the closet?
Oh my god, the running back.
Yeah.
What am I Googling here?
I know him.
I want to say I keep wanting to say Willis McGahee, but it wasn't Willis
It wasn't
McGahee.
Willis. It wasn't Frank.
Najee Davenport.
Najee Davenport. Deuce Davenport.
Now, Gelby, read that story. It's going to blow your mind.
Gotcha. I'm just a big fan of the 7th Floor Crew. and I find it funny. One of my favorite clips of the history of the internet is the reporter that brought up the 7th Floor Crew performance of Greg Olson when he was at media night at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was not Greg Olson.
Now Mr. America, Greg
moment.
Olson. Oh, the greatest human being ever.
Yeah. Well, he was a young kid. young well-endowed kid. We gotta go. Zach Gelb, follow him on social media. ZACHGELB. Deuces.
Chuck him up.
5 o'clock, Funky Buddha happy hour.
Solana going to be on the parade float for the Knicks.
Goodbye, Gelby.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Marlins pitching coach is visiting Yuri right now. I'll give you $10 if you know the pitching coach's name.
Sam.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour. And it's brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery. That's a little Stevie Wonder there. He turned 76 years old today. Happy birthday, Stevie. 5 o'clock hour, not only the Funky Buddha Happy Hour. Why are you laughing?
Do y'all remember a conversation years ago that Stevie Wonder, does he know his birthday because he can't see a calendar?
I do remember that. That was on this show, right?
That was on this show.
That was your take?
No, might have been my take, but
It seems like it would be your take.
You're like, how does he know his birthday's coming? So it probably was my take.
Yeah, that sounds like your take. Yeah, now that I think about it, it was 100% your take.
Is he counting 365 days? I just don't know.
Because what's it, like you can only know the date if you have sight?
Braille calendars?
Or someone tells you? Like the notion that you can only know the date if you're staring at a calendar.
72 days, Stevie.
I don't want
71 days, Stevie.
Pineapple Beach is available at the Funky Buddha Tap Room in Oakland Park. Pineapple Beach Blonde Ale, back for summer season. Tropical and refreshing blonde ale, kissed with gnarly waves of juicy pineapple, a dose of floral American hops and crisp Pilsner malt. Make this beer ideal for any sun-soaked day, and it is available now at the Tap Room on draft or in to-go 6-packs, and statewide distribution at your favorite retailer as well. I have enjoyed, I don't know if you've noticed this, Solana, but I have started every show this week with the intent to annoy you. I've done it for 3 straight days. I don't know if you were aware of that, but it was an intentional, it's been an intentional start to the show for no other reason than I've just found it enjoyable. I don't know why. It's a personality flaw that I have, but man, today was really, has to be one of his worst days because I started the show again with the Knicks stuff. And then Coach L came on and talked to Solana like he was a toddler who didn't know where the Knicks play basketball. And then Gelb came on from New York. It's just, this has to be one of your all-time least favorite shows, Solana.
Yeah, we were just supposed to play Norwegia and make fun of Falero on his birthday. And instead, it's turned into you guys, of course, just reframing your entire argument from yesterday, trying to make me look bad. But it's okay. I'll get my licks back in, Hawk. You take advantage this week. You take advantage of this Knicks run. I'll get my licks back with the World Cup.
I don't want to take advantage of a Knicks run. I have no love for the Knicks. I don't know why you're conflating the 2 points.
Because I'm not a Knicks fan either, Solana. We're honest. We're truthful.
You can't say that you want the Knicks to win a championship with LeBron James and expect
No. Never said that. I said there would be some poetic finish to a illustrious career if he were the one to deliver a championship at Madison Square Garden. I didn't say I want to see that happen. I also wouldn't mind seeing it happen because as a basketball fan, but I'm not rooting for the Knicks to win an NBA title. I would like the Miami Heat to win 10 more titles before the Knicks sniff a Larry O'Brien trophy.
Okay. And the Pistons, there's no way he's going there. The Detroit, Philly, there's no way he's going there. But the Madison Square Garden pool of playing at the Mecca could be a place that LeBron would go to, and it would be poetic, as Hawk says, if he goes there with Brunson and Cat and Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride, we got to put him in there.
What are you guys all of a sudden you guys are effing Shakespeare and you like poetry? Like what the hell's going on here with you guys?
I like sports. Poetic. I like when sports gives you chills.
Yes.
You know what gives me chills? The fact that for 4 years I endured holy hell just pointing out the obvious that Tua Tagovailoa wasn't a great quarterback, and you guys just absolutely torched me for 4 years.
Because he was.
Get my licks back.
He had an MVP season in there. He led the league in passing.
Number one offense in the league.
I'm not backing off that take, Jack.
Okay, all right. And the Tua Army I just spent $25 buying 3 Tua Tagovailoa jerseys for the 3 of you. The Tua Army will be dressing to impress. You guys can rock your Tua jerseys for the rest of time.
Listen, just Zell me my 5 because I'll get another jersey. I don't want a Tua jersey.
It's in the mail. It is in the mail.
By the way, happy birthday to another New York legend. Speaking of New York, Jackson Dart, 23 years old today. Eric Valero, our old producer, is 34 today.
Damn.
Heat legend Mike Bibby is 48.
Is he on steroids?
No, you're thinking, I think, of Jerry Stackhouse.
No,
wasn't it Jerry Stackhouse who was all jacked up?
Became a
all jacked up?
bodybuilder. That was him, yeah.
Yeah, the most recent pictures of Mike Bibby, dude is like a Greek god.
Yeah.
I mean, he is massive. He's on peptides.
Yeah, got to get the peptides.
Happy birthday also to Pushat, 49.
He means Pusha T, listeners.
Huh?
Pusha T.
Darius Rucker is 60. Wow.
Uh-oh.
Sell out.
What happened? You're going to show us his number?
Yeah, well.
He loves that. Loves showing that he's got someone's number. Yeah, we believe you. You don't have to show us. Well, text him happy birthday.
I will. It's a good idea.
All right, let's do headlines.
I text him happy birthday in 2025.
Did you?
Did he respond?
No, he did not.
I thought it was on this day.
It was this day in 2025. I text him happy birthday.
It's his birthday.
I don't know if he likes me.
All right. Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
We literally have not gotten to a single headline topic that I wanted to cover for headlines all show. But I want to go back to something, Hawk, because you had mentioned at Coach L, is LeBron on the Mount Rushmore of Lakers all time? And I think the best way to ask that question is, will LeBron get a statue outside the Staples Center?
That he will. The difference. Oh, yeah. I mean, a title, 8 seasons and a title for sure. I mean, there's no question. The question to me is the second greatest player in NBA history, the only one who's in the conversation with MJ, is he one of the 4 all-time great LA Lakers?
No.
That's it. It's so incongruous.
But it's not. It's not. Here's why.
He's better. He's better at he's the second or first best player. Think about this. Just think about this. He is the second or first. That's the argument. 1 or 2, him and MJ, that ever touched a basketball in the history of the world. He's better at basketball than Kareem, than Magic, than all of those guys, right?
Yes.
So he should have a statue outside of the of whatever crypto.
But a
whatever
statue is limitless. Mount Rushmore, 4.
If he's the second best in basketball, how can he not be the top 4 in LA?
But because Mount Rushmore doesn't necessarily mean most talented, because we all often put Udonis Haslem on the Mount Rushmore of Heat players. And so it's who are the iconic LA Lakers. And I think there might be a shocking twist in the fact that a guy who's played there for 8 straight seasons and won a title there might not be considered one of the 4 greatest Lakers of all time.
He's not.
Magic, Kobe, LeBron, Kareem.
Here's how you do this, though, because the same thing gets done with the Miami Heat. LeBron James is the greatest basketball player to have ever worn a Miami Heat jersey, correct? Like, nobody would disagree with that. He is the greatest basketball player to play for the Heat organization. Is he the greatest Miami Heat player of all time? No. That's Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade.
And
but
it's,
again,
not even
I'm going as far deep as 4, though. 4.
But no. Even that question.
Jerry West is the logo of the league, Crowder.
But
Jerry West.
He's not better at basketball
That's
than
not the question. You're conflating it again because I'm telling you, Udonis Haslem is not one of the 4 best Miami Heat basketball players of all time, but he's on a lot of people's Mount Rushmores.
So most influential or loved?
Most iconic players for a franchise.
And listen to LeBron's 8 seasons in LA. This is why I wanted to get back to it, Hawk. In 2019, his first year there, they missed the playoffs. 2020 was the bubble season. They win a title. In 2021, they got eliminated in the first round. In 2022, they missed the playoffs altogether. In 2023, swept in the conference finals. In 2024, they lost in the first round. Last year, 2025, eliminated in the first round. This year, swept in the second round. He had 2 conference finals appearances, got swept in one, won the other one. Obviously, they go on to win the NBA title, which we all know, asterisk next to that title because Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic got hurt. In 8 seasons, won a title, but didn't have the impact that Magic Johnson had. Didn't have the impact that Kobe Bryant and Shaq had. Didn't have the impact, I'd go as far to say that a guy like Pau Gasol, I know you laughed at that earlier, Crowder. I'm not even joking.
Pau Gasol, Solana,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, we're talking about all-time greats, but also guys who during their Lakers era went to multiple finals, won multiple championships.
That's the thing. He has not had consistent winning.
Right.
With them.
Has a championship, but in 8 seasons has not had consistent, deep success in the postseason.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Like Magic's on there. What is he? 5?
Yeah.
3-time MVP or something, 5 championships, like that kind of stuff with the Lakers, with that team.
Magic and Kobe for sure. There's no argument.
Guaranteed.
Then you get down to, remember, Coach L said Elgin Baylor. I mean, it's a little bit before our time, but Elgin Baylor is considered one of the greatest basketball players to ever wear a Lakers uni. Wilt Chamberlain.
No, it's Kareem. It's Kareem, and then it's either Shaq or Jerry West. That has to be the list.
So Kobe, Magic, Kareem, and Shaq or Jerry West.
Yeah.
Shaq, I don't know, because Jerry West is more iconic than Shaquille O'Neal.
He's on the logo, Crowder.
He's the literal logo of the league.
Old-ass, raggedy-ass logo. Stop pulling that up.
I mean, but that's kind of it's inarguable.
They had nobody else to put on there.
I mean, it's kind of inarguable.
They had no one to put on the logo. They didn't have a 3-point line. They were playing in peach baskets. They had nobody else to put on the logo.
I mean, and neither did I. I didn't see him play. But you never saw Jerry West play, so you're dismissing him.
His little picture's ugly. Let me see what Jerry West did.
Okay.
The start of it is the logo. The start of it is the logo.
He's the logo.
It's kind of a big deal.
1 championship, 1 NBA final.
Deal.
1 championship, 1 NBA's final MVP. A single.
That's all LeBron has with the Lakers.
So it's LeBron or Jerry West. So let's say Shaq or LeBron. Why is it Jerry West? Because he's the logo? Because they had no other big dudes that could play on there?
I'm just telling you.
He literally started the Lakers becoming a preeminent franchise in the NBA. Like he was the best player when the Lakers had their first title run and their first opportunity to go up against the Celtics and define a literal era.
Me personally, I put Shaq. He's got how many titles with LA? 3?
3.
Yeah. I mean, I for me it would be Shaq because I never saw Jerry West play either. I'm just not going to dismiss him the way that you are.
Jerry West played through Jim Crow laws.
Played in 1972. Like
played
he won a championship in 72.
1960.
Yeah, but he won a championship with the Lakers in 72. Like he was the start of, as Solana just said, their eras of greatness.
They had to bring in the black guys.
Well, that's fine. I'm just not going to dismiss Jerry West because he's one of the greatest basketball players to ever play in the NBA.
He also would have had more rings if the Boston Celtics didn't have a super team at the time. They literally won like 9 straight NBA titles or whatever it is.
I mean, you're literally dismissing him because he's white, which
No,
I think is.
I ain't saying nothing about race.
You literally just said they had to bring in black players to make him better.
I just how the league was set up. For you to say he's the logo, this is what getting to me. He's the logo. He's the logo. They had to put something on that damn picture.
They didn't have to make it after a person, though.
They picked the best little bitty dude they could that dribbles well. Like Jerry West wasn't garbage. I'm not saying he's trash. He's a Hall of Famer. He's famous. He's good at basketball. But for you to say he's better than Shaquille O'Neal, he's more iconic than Shaquille O'Neal, it's crazy.
You don't live in L.A., though. He might be more iconic to Lakers fans than Shaquille. He's not to you. You never saw him play. He's not to me. I never saw him play. But it's hard for me to say exactly who Lakers fans find to be the most iconic when I don't really have a tie to Los Angeles. You're dismissing him. Again, you dismissed Elgin Baylor. Both of you did. You never saw Elgin Baylor play.
I go to L.A. twice a month. I never talked about Jerry West with anybody at the bar.
Well, I mean, you're sounding foolish here because he's really one of the most iconic Lakers of all time.
By the way, I didn't dismiss Elgin Baylor, Hawk. I'm not dismissing him. I know Elgin Baylor's accolades because I looked him up for a Coach L debate once, but he never won a title.
Right.
That to me, like takes him out of the conversation for the second most titles of any organization or any team ever in the Lakers. Like, if you didn't win a title, should you be in the conversation on the Mount Rushmore of players? No, you can't.
Well, yeah, again, I'm saying to you, I just don't know enough about Elgin Baylor because that's before my time, and I certainly wasn't a Lakers fan, so.
They call him the Rabbit.
Elgin Baylor?
Yeah, he's a rabbit.
27, 6-6.
Who?
The logo.
27, 6-6. Are you're saying that like that's bad?
That's not great.
20 average 27 points.
Yeah, they had 4 people. There was a peach basket.
Hey, all right, I don't know what's happening here with 1972 Jerry West. I mean, you're really like you're just dismissing him because you've never been familiar with him.
I'm gonna watch some Jerry West tonight. Get back to y'all tomorrow.
You should. I think you should.
I hope you have a projector.
It's not high definition for sure.
All right. Los Modelins.
Before Elgin Baylor, though. Elgin Baylor played in the 60s.
Yeah. Yeah, Elgin Baylor, if I remember this correctly, he retired like midway through his final season with the Lakers, and they won a title that year.
Oh, bad move from him.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to double check that, but like it was just
Did Elgin Baylor, is he the guy who went on to be the GM of the Clippers?
No, that was Jerry West, but he was the executive.
No, that wasn't Jerry West. Jerry West went on to be the GM of the Lakers and then the Grizzlies.
No, Jerry West was in the front office for the Clippers. He was the executive.
I thought Elgin Baylor went to work for Donald Sterling. Wasn't he in that miniseries that we watched, Jimmy?
Oh, you're right. He was the LA Clippers vice president of basketball operations.
Right, and he worked for Donald Sterling, and then finally he had just had enough.
Man, Jerry West averaged 29 points in 153 playoff games. I'll check him out tonight.
I mean, they don't make him the logo because he was Max Strus. I'm not telling you he would hold his own against LeBron.
Good.
But I don't think they just chose their logo out of a hat.
Listen to this. Ready?
36-6 and 153 playoff starts. That's nuts.
14-time NBA All-Star, NBA All-Star Game MVP, 10-time All-NBA first team, 2-time All-NBA second team, 4-time NBA All-Defensive first team, made the All-Defensive second team once, NBA scoring champion, NBA assist leader. He was obviously on the 75th anniversary top 75 players. His numbers retired by the Los Angeles Laker. He was the NCAA Final Four most outstanding player in 1959. Crowder, you're probably right. My guess is no black players were playing in 1959. That's not a joke. I watched Glory Road.
Oh, no. It's true, yeah.
And two-time consensus, that was a joke. Two-time consensus first-team All-American. He was also granted the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I don't know why that matters, but that's on the list here of things
You
he
average 30 in the playoffs. That you get a medal.
All that being said, Shaq still goes in on the Mount Rushmore over him to me because Shaq's the most dominant big guy I ever saw.
Yeah.
Another day when we have time, I'll make the argument for Pau Gasol.
You love the Gasol brothers.
I
Goodness
love
gracious.
the Gasols. You guys just don't put any respect on the Gasol brothers. I don't know why.
They're the Gasol brothers. You answered your own question.
All right. What are we doing here? We're gonna run through.
Yeah,
this,
we'll be
right?
too late for Cuno. So we'll,
okay, perfect. Let's get to the
let's
real
get back
fun.
to the Mount Rushmore of San Antonio Spurs, which I brought up with Coach Gelb. Is Wemby on there?
No,
Not yet.
He
Honestly.
will be. There's no question, but probably
Yeah.
not yet.
Yeah.
I think you were right in saying he's not even the best French national Spur of all time
he's not.
at this point. Well,
He's
I
not.
shouldn't say that. Shouldn't say he's not the. He's more talented than Tony Parker, but Tony Parker had more success with the Spurs.
This is the thing. The better player, more talented, iconic. When you start doing it, like you can move the words around to
Yes.
figure out the narrative that you want to push out. Wemby's better at basketball than Manu Ginobili was.
Almost everyone in the league,
but
just because of his ability to do everything.
he's 7'4" and can run the point. Like, come on, Manu Ginobili. But Manu has what, 3 rings?
No,
Something like
five.
that? 5
more.
rings? Like crazy.
And he did it with my hairline.
That's a 6th ring.
That to me is a 6th ring. Love
He has
that
4.
man.
He has 4 rings. Tony Parker has 4 rings. Duncan has 5 because he won one his rookie season. That was when
Yeah.
David Robinson was still playing.
But I think George Gervin, the Iceman, has to go on there for the Spurs, right?
Probably. Yeah.
At their prime, you have David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Wemby coming out. You're taking Wemby over them without even thinking about it.
Yes.
Well, when it's all said and done, who's the greatest Spurs big man of all time?
If Wemby wins a couple and goes 10 years,
It'll be Wemby when it's all said and done.
yeah, guaranteed.
It's crazy.
The big fundamental's your nickname. You can't be the best.
Oh, I forgot about Larry Keenan.
What about Artis Gilmore?
Loved Artist, but his best years were with the Bulls.
Hawk talks about Artis Gilmore.
I
all
love the
time.
A-Train. We were talking about nicknames the other day, and Never Nervous Purvis. A-Train. Great nickname.
A-Train. Yeah. Hey, how could we possibly forget Mount Rushmore Spurs players? Come on, you guys are the DeMar DeRozan army. I mean, that's yeah. Either DeMar DeRozan or Patty Mills should get an honorable mention.
I think of him with the Raptors, though, in all fairness.
This is great. I'm just on Spurs Reddit. Fabricio Oberto. You guys remember him?
I'm looking at some Spurs lists as well. LaMarcus Aldridge.
Oh, remember the Riley LaMarcus Aldridge story where like we literally had no ability to pay him.
They didn't have a dime. He literally would have had to play for free.
Pat Riley sold 5 of his suits just to pay for the dinner. But he had to get a dinner with LaMarcus Aldridge.
Come on, Pat. Put that pressure on him.
Could you imagine Pat Riley driving around in his car right now listening to Crowder talk about Jerry West?
Oh, my God. He drove into a wall.
Jerry West.
Like that's the guy that you don't mess with when it comes to the old heads. Like they idolize Jerry West and what he meant to the game and everything he did for the Lakers
Well,
organization.
Wilt Chamberlain too. Like, young people don't put respect on Wilt Chamberlain's name or Bill Russell's name. You talk about all these big guys are great, and there are plenty of young players, young people will never mention Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain just because it's ancient.
Yeah. It's funny. I got into this argument with some little puppy. I forget who it was. I don't know. About Lawrence Taylor. And they were like the best defense player ever. And they were like, oh, Aaron Donald. I said, you don't know who Lawrence Taylor is? And I was the old guy talking about Jerry West. Because I'm like, you haven't seen Lawrence Taylor play football? Yeah, I heard he was good. You heard he was good?
Yeah.
I went crazy.
He wouldn't get past any of these old linemen today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They choked.
Who was he playing? Jimmy was on the O-line back when LT was playing.
Damn straight.
So I can see both sides where, he's playing against plumbers.
Lawrence Taylor retired before I was born.
Yeah. So, he's got nobody has frame of reference for someone that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
When he came to Whiskey Stars and Cigars last year,
you said, who's the big black guy?
I knew it was Lawrence Taylor.
I said, that's Leroy Horde. You work it.
But I got to be 100% honest with you guys. Like, whatever. Cool.
Bro.
You know? Like, all right. Everybody's like, LT. Oh, LT's here. Oh, LT. Like, all right.
Who's
Your
the
LT
best
is
pass
LaDainian
rusher?
Tomlinson.
If LaDainian Tomlinson would have been there, oh, and the powder blue Chargers, go Bolts, baby. Come on.
Who's the best pass rusher you've ever seen play?
Bradley Chubb. You just bought his jersey, right?
Best pass rusher I've ever seen play?
Yeah.
Other than Chop Robinson? Probably like my favorite pass rusher, Jason Taylor. Not even a question.
Listen, JT was a monster, Hall of Famer, first ballot. JT would tell you LT was way better than him. JT would tell you to your face.
Cam Wake.
Leave my Wake alone. That's my little buddy, man.
Cam Wake.
He doesn't like to talk too much.
All right. Speaking of all this is funny because Tim Hardaway Sr., so Heat legend Tim Hardaway, not his son, because I know we talked about him yesterday. He was on one of those FanDuel network shows today. I think it's the one with Michelle Beadle. That the entire cast is crazy. Like Lou Williams, Michelle Beadle, and like two other former NBA players. And I just read this. I didn't watch it, but I read that he said he does not have LeBron James in his top 5 players of all time. And here's his top 5. He says MJ, Kobe, Magic, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Then you go from there. And he mentioned Shaq and he mentioned Hakeem Olajuwon.
I saw someone else just a couple weeks ago. A legit NBA baller, and not Paul Pierce, by the way. And it did not have LeBron in his top 5.
It's weird what some of these guys do with LeBron. Like especially Tim Hardaway. I get the pettiness and all that stuff as a Heat fan, but Tim Hardaway watched LeBron here for 4 years. Literally his greatest 4 seasons of basketball in his career. Like how could he have that take?
I don't know.
Y'all know I'm not a LeBron stan. Like, I'm not LeBron is the greatest. But I recognize Tom Brady whooped my ass for half a decade, but I can understand the greatness, and I saw the greatness. I understand the greatness of LeBron. I really think they're trolling and trying to get clickbait for doing those
Tim
lists.
Hardaway also, though, played against Kobe, played against guys he's got on that list. And so when you know you're great and those guys, like, you're great, and you're playing against guys that you can't believe how great they are, it's hard not to have them, above someone that you didn't really play against.
It was an experience. It was a personal experience over a TV view.
Like,
I can get that.
Think of Tim Hardaway growing up. He's the best player wherever he goes. And then in the NBA, he's a great player. And then he's facing off against Kobe, and he's like, that guy's head and shoulders better than me.
And to be able to watch LeBron play over playing against him.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because like I bring up Joe Montana with quarterbacks because I've watched him, but I never played against Joe.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw him throw them damn Marino. Solana, you love Marino. Your parents didn't know each other when Marino retired.
It's my guy though. 13, man. Come on. Danny.
What are you talking about? 67?
1-3.
All right. The Marlins, they play tonight. You can listen to the game here. 7:40 first pitch in Minnesota. Inter Miami does play tonight at FC Cincinnati, 7:30 p.m. Your weather in South Florida, 87 degrees tonight. The lows will be in the mid-70s. This weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
All right, don't go anywhere. We've got more to come till 6 o'clock, and then I think Hurricane Rewind at 6 o'clock, and then Marlins baseball after that tonight. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel like it. If your energy's starting to slip and your sleep doesn't feel right, you feel like you can't lose weight, and you got brain fog, and maybe your sex drive isn't what it used to be, time to switch things up, and I'm talking about Atlantic Men's Clinic. You know, if your game just isn't what it used to be, you're not feeling like yourself. Atlantic Men's Clinic, it's why I started getting testosterone there. At Atlantic Men's Clinic, their advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve your sleep, and increase your sex drive, and so much more, helping you get back to feeling your best. So don't be older. Just take control. Be sharper. Be better in the bedroom. Be more confident in every part of your life. Atlantic Men's Clinic. They're the experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They have successfully treated many men for low T, and you're going to notice the difference. Atlantic Men's Clinic has served South Florida since 2020, successfully treating thousands of men. So call today. Take that first step towards feeling better again. They have 7 locations here in South Florida. Call them at 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or you can visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
But now I've got an entire squid and quail egg in my mouth. Five o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. Head on out to Funky Buddha tonight. Watch a little playoff basketball. Marlins baseball. Enjoy a Pineapple Beach. Time of your life. Somebody puts on the text line. Actually, someone tweeted at me. Should the Bucks put a statue for Tom Brady? The answer is no. LeBron in LA is not Tom Brady in Tampa.
No.
LeBron's been there 8 seasons. We talked about it at the beginning of the week. It's the longest continuous run of LeBron for any NBA team in his career, which, by the way, is a pretty long career.
Yep. Tom
Brady played a couple fun seasons in Tampa, happened to win a Super Bowl, but LeBron in LA is not Tom Brady in Tampa.
No, Peyton in Denver doesn't get a statue because he won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. You've got Hurricanes Rewind coming up after us here tonight. And then you've got Marlins baseball. Steven Strom and Jack McMullen will be on the call. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. I was just looking real quick to see what the line is on tonight's game. Pistons are 4.5-point favorites over the Cavs tonight. I did put in a bet because Andy Slater put it on Instagram. Karis LeVert over 7.5.
He was balling the other night.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I've got working right now. Might have more working later. All right. That's going to do it for us on this Wednesday. What a fun show it was, man. Coach L, Mike Cuno, Zack Gelb. We appreciate everybody for stopping on by. Everybody have a great and safe Wednesday night. Go Inter Miami. Go Marlins. And we will speak with you mañana.
The logo.